Here. This is really gay, but I like it.
So do drugs with James.
Hey. Welcome to very loud. The earth and you are Ohana. We hope you stand tall. Yay, that's exciting. All right. Hello. Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Monotalk. I have a show called Monotalk with James. That's a little confusing. But anyway, just to let you know, we are on day project number 2 or 3 or 4. Actually, we're on project. We started Jesse and Jill 2020 project a few days ago. We're still doing it. We're still putting in effort into it. Usually on Monotalk, we have people from all over the country, all over the world, talking about issues, city, state, local. Of course, my main goal or my core is to save the planet and all of its inhabitants. If you have that, you should be making the right decisions in whatever you're doing out there. So with that being known, we believe that, and I have some good people. I have Sir Chad, I have Harsh, Med, fantastic. William Pounds is here. Stevie from Red Economics is here as well. And we believe that a Jesse and Jill 2020 ticket would really and truly help the Green Party in a very big way. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and say, Harsh, thank you very much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Good seeing you. Stevie, are you
Good seeing you
there?
too.
Are you there? Over, Stevie.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, she's there. She's probably doing something. William, are you there? Do you copy? Are you there? Over.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so tonight's show, and Sir Chad's probably picking up wine. Maybe he wants to drink a beer with us. I'm not sure. But tonight's show, and let me just show you real quick what tonight's show is truly about. It is about, oh, where is it? Right there. Tonight's show is we are going to be alerting and informing and letting those that are in the PCSC, which is the Presidential Campaign Support Committee, those members of the Green Party of the United States of America. And let me show who these people are. Here they are. We've got Josefina Aranda. We've got Mike Feinstein. We've got Linda Piera Avila. We got Cynthia Santiago and Lisa Taylor. And these people are the people that give the nod to whoever they believe that's just for California. There's all these other states give the nod on who they want as the Green Party presidential candidate and who they want as their VP as well. There's more to this list, which is in Connecticut, Tim McKee, Cora Santiago-Grita, Holly Hart in Iowa. And honestly, the list goes on, and somebody disappeared. But anyway, hey, Zoxovox. Is this Zoxovox? I thought it was Zoxvox. That looks different. Something's fishy about that. Anyway, so our goal tonight is to let all those people know in the Presidential Campaign Support Committee that you will be receiving videos and updates on what we're doing and how we're doing it and why we're doing it in regards to a Jesse Ventura and Jill Stein presidential and vice presidential run for 2020. Just let you know, we're going to do whatever we can to give you the knowledge, give you the information to make a concise and critical thinking if needed, and intelligent decision on if you agree with us. But as far as we know, and we've done the research for me for months now, and others here for a while, is that we do truly believe that this would be the best thing for this party that has ever came about. And if you don't move in this direction, and if you don't take action in this direction, we all, and many of us, and there's not just us five or four or five, there are dozens and probably hundreds and maybe even thousands or hundreds of thousands that agree with this being the ticket to really pull the Green Party away from the shadows. I mean, there are like 20%, 15 to 20% of the US voting republic. They don't even know that there is a Green Party, which is sad. There are a lot of people out there that we've never made it to the Senate, we've never made it to the House. Thank the gods and all of the universe that we have Kenneth Mejia, who I believe loves Jesse Ventura and also is a big supporter of Jill Stein. And he's got a shot to run for his district in California. We also have Rodolfo Cortez, who's also got a shot to take that seat to get in the House as well in California. So we have two good shots here. And by the way, those two guys really like what we're talking about. They think it makes sense. So let's just say Jesse and Jill are out on a campaign and they're together and they decide and everybody knows and finds out and CNN hears it and MSNBC is like, oh my God, I can't believe this fucking Jesse and Jill are together. Oh my fucking God, what are we going to do? And then CNN's like, oh my God, this is going to be great. We're going to get so much money and so much advertising, right? Well, this is what's going to happen. Jesse and Jill are going to say Kenneth's name. They're going to talk about Rodolfo. They're going to bring attention to candidates that are running. When you have a person with like Jesse Ventura that has the stature, the base, the subscribers, the likes, the fans, we're not talking just a few hundred or a few thousand or 100,000. We're talking millions of people, not just in the United States, but all over the world. He speaks the same language the Green Party's been speaking for a long time. Yes, he's learned a lot of things. He's been there, done that. But haven't we all? Has everybody been a Green Party member that's done Green Party things since its inception in what 89 or was it 84? 84? Is that the way it's always been? Of course not. People learn and they gravitate in a sense to the Green Party. And I think the rest of the country and the rest of the world is starting to catch up with the Green Party. And it's a good party. It has a lot of great key, what are they, the key, what are they called? Well, the key
The 10 key
values.
values.
The 10 key values are important. And then there's the four pillars and all that great stuff, which I definitely know that Jesse is definitely aboard. And there's things that he can learn and they would complement each other. But we all truly and absolutely believe that this is the way to go. There is, does anybody want to say anything? Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a video in a minute. But if you guys want to ad lib to what I'm saying or maybe something I forgot, please throw it in there because I'm sure I forgot a lot. There's just so much to talk about. Oh, Harsh is back. Okay, good.
I have a quick question about these. I noticed that these are people just from certain states. Is there a reason why there's not other states on this committee, or is this just where the Greens have? I mean, I'm just curious.
How many states are there? Can you check the?
California, Connecticut, Iowa, Massachusetts, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Virginia. So there's 7 states.
That's it. Those are the people. Are all 2019, 2017 to 2019?
I didn't check the date on it.
Well, I'm just saying it's not all over the place, but these are the people that are going to make that call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know that we need to get in touch with them. We need to tactfully and professionally let them know that we have a very, very valid reason why we're doing what we're doing. We just hope that they can understand what we're trying to do and what we're trying to bring to the party. But that is a good question. Yeah, it's just that's it. These are the people that make that decision. So just letting you know, guys, we're going to be contacting you. We're going to do whatever we can to try to pull this together as a team, be cohesive, and make it work. Whatever friction is going on out there between state, party, committee, SGAs, whatever, that's not important right now. What we need to do as a collective unit is to ramp up in a very serious way a party that needs some serious ramping, a party that needs desperately to get resources, a party that needs desperately, and don't think it doesn't. Everybody knows this. When you have two giant megalithic parties that are controlling the media and being controlled by the military industrial complex and big corporations, big super PACs, and the list goes on and on and on who they actually work for and where they're getting their money, or excuse me, their resources, they're not going to go away. But we have to find a way to bring more attention to the Green Party. And I know for sure Jesse would be proud and happy to be a part of that group. I am hoping that Jill will jump aboard and get her shot at getting close to the Oval Office, because if anybody deserves to be close to that office, it's definitely that lady. Okay, Harsh, you got anything? Because I believe that Will, are you still there? Do you copy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so go ahead, Harsh. After Harsh is done, if Stevie doesn't have anything else, Will, if you don't have anything else, if Sir Chad doesn't have anything else, we're going to show some quick tidbits on Jesse. And then at a moment's notice, I'm going to ask you to stop it just in case we want to make any comments on it. Go ahead, Harsh.
Right. Yeah. Man, I'm so stoked for that. I'm so excited. If you have a guy like Jesse Ventura running, aka James Janos, but then you can really have a lot of fun with this, and I think we can make some headway.
Awesome. Chad, do you have anything you want to add before we watch this quick video?
No, I mean, just if you're out there and you're not comfortable with Jesse as the main candidate, that you're not sold on it. The idea is you don't have to be romantic with Jesse as the main candidate, because the idea is to usher people into the Green Party, because the Green Party has to be the vehicle that we get what we need. That's what we're trying to do, is build the Green Party. We have to go somewhere. And if we can use the momentum of Jesse and Jill to bring people in, we get the conversation going, and then we find the best. If Ventura, Governor Ventura, doesn't end up winning the primary, then that's a good thing. That means the person right now that we believe is the best chance has somebody else that has a better a better opportunity to do something. So don't be romantic. You don't have to be romantic. The idea again is it's a couple wavelengths. So
that's a great point. That is a great point. Oh, I still got screen share up. Okay, guys, let me know if something's happening like that. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye on chat and take notes.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Technical
Stevie.
here.
Awesome. Okay, so William, if you want, go ahead and share that video. I thought it was William does our videos, and he's very good at it. While I'm speaking, you can go ahead and put it up, William. And what he does is
I'm telling you,
put snippets together.
I've got them ready here.
Oh, and share sound.
I've got them queued up here.
Okay.
For you. Got them queued up and ready to go. All right. And now I just gotta shoot the other thing, right? Here we go. Share sound.
In fact, people have talked to me about the minimum wage, and I've shocked people and said, maybe what we ought to have is a maximum wage. If somebody makes $100 million a year, that's not enough. And the case in point, the Walton family, right, that owns Walmart. Each member of that family makes billions of dollars a year, and yet their employees have to be government subsidized because they don't earn enough to not be subsidized. Walmart's slogan is save money, live better. Are you buying that bullshit? That term doesn't apply to you. It only applies to the Walmart owners. Alex in the command center, take it away. Tell me about Americana. Tell me about Walmart. tell me about this place where if we raise the minimum wage, the sky will fall.
Well, that's right, Jesse. Walmart reportedly sells more food than any other company in the world, capturing one of every $4 spent on food in the U.S. Care to guess how much a single Walmart store can cost taxpayers?
How much a single store costs taxpayers? Tell me.
The study found that a single Walmart supercenter costs taxpayers between $904,542 and $1.75 million per year. Well, the Americans for Tax Fairness states they use tax breaks and loopholes, including a strategy known as accelerated depreciation that allows it to write off capital investments considerably faster than the assets actually wear out.
For money to be spent on bombs, you're going to get bombed. Pharma is corporate healthcare, and I don't believe that healthcare should be a for-profit business. And unfortunately, with pharma, it totally is. Like this bozo, that pill that AIDS patients needed. And this bozo raises the price from $12 a pill to, what was it, $900 or something ridiculous? Corporations are for profit. That is all they're for. Turning out profit for the shareholders. Government is to provide services. And that's a different ballgame. And I don't think people's health should be run for profits. Most all the things Doc ever talks about were pretty much dead on, usually. And you just give everyone a basic income.
All right. There we go. Something to get things rolling.
All right, so I'm on Facebook, guys, but for some reason it's not
Is it skipping?
rolling.
Is it maybe my internet or my actual streaming?
Maybe it's the stream that stopped it. It's kind of weird. No, it didn't. I don't know what's going on. This is very strange.
Well,
Stevie wants to know what the lavender caucus is. You still got screen share up? Okay.
What?
Lavender caucus? Why is this not picking this up? This is very strange. Hang on.
There we go.
Okay. Could somebody go to my Facebook to see if this is actually running?
Yeah. Let's
Do you mind
do
real quick?
little check here.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Jesse and Jill 2020 project.
Yeah, but is it like doing something? Or?
No, actually, shit's been really slow tonight.
Oh, it's going. It's going. Okay, good. It just seems stuck.
Jesse and Jill 2020 project.
I think
It's going. So good. So Facebook, if you hear, I'm just letting you know we are actually a team of people and we're growing exponentially. We are going to do whatever we can to bring attention to the Green Party and its major players, which are the Presidential Campaign Support Committee. There's 7 states with those people in there, the PCSC, and we're going to get them to look in the direction of putting a Jesse Ventura and Jill Stein ticket together for 2020.
And I'm going to post the link to the Facebook group for anybody that wants to pitch in and help, because I know a lot of people are excited about this and they're just, everybody is just looking for a way to help and be useful. So if anybody wants to help with this, I'll post the link to the Facebook group and that'll get you started.
Awesome. Thank you, Stevie. Yeah, so that's our goal, is to bring this kind of attention to them and bring it to the rest of the Greens all over the country. And from what I'm seeing, everybody is, come on, Jesse is so in line with our party rather than any other party out there. I'm talking about the Green Party, than any other party out there. He definitely has our backs. He has the backs of a lot of progressives, and he definitely has the backs of a lot of Democrats too, believe it or not. And even when it comes to common ground, there's a lot of Republicans that would like to see a living wage. There's lots of Republicans that would like to have health care. There's a lot of Republicans that would like to see these wars stop. There's a lot of things that Jesse can bring to the table, not just to bring the Greens together, but to bring more people from all parties to the Green Party. That is one of my major goals. All right, so we do have some people. We got Kalia Contreras joined. Janus, I used to work with him and sell cars. That's pretty cool. Chad joined. It's good to see you, Chad. He joined. But anyway, it's working really good. The one biggest thing, Harsh, is he brought up, which is the reason why for this show. Is he gone again? Where'd he go? Is he gone? He was here and then he's gone.
He's a jet setter, man. He comes in and out.
He comes in, comes out. He's busy. He's all over the place. He's a player.
He's like he's in our lives.
The boy's a player.
We don't know what happens.
But what he was saying is that we have to go through. I know this, and I know he knows this. You have to go through these hurdles through the bylaws and the committees and the bureaucracy of the party itself, which we understand. We totally get. We understand. But we're going to make our case. I haven't seen a viable objection to what we're trying to do. I haven't heard I heard somebody say, oh, it's going to be an optics nightmare because he used to be with the WWE and the WWF.
Yeah, somebody like that could never get into.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hello, Donald Trump. Hello, Ronald Reagan.
Donald Trump is a PR and optical nightmare.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah, he's really.
Yes.
Well, see, he knows how to manipulate things, and he knows how to create an image. It's not about. That's to say that he's not a real billionaire. When he says I'm worth something different every different day, this motherfucker is not a billionaire. This guy pretends to it, and you create the illusion of everything in order to. So that I don't know.
But honestly, I think that actually helped him during the election. You know how many people out there are keeping up with the Joneses, and they're everybody's embellishing how great their lives are. You go on social media, #blessed. Come on, that's like he probably appealed to a lot of people by doing that.
So we do know this in regards to why this reality star became president is because there were 3 candidates that the DCC, or the Democratic Mafia, I call them, decided to go after. It was Ben Carlson and Ted Cruz. And then they said, the person that I know we can definitely beat because he's fucking running and he's an idiot, they thought, and he's a moron, they thought, and all this other shit. Besides that, just want to let you guys know, he's a businessman. So the thing is they send out this email, hence WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, and the Podesta files, which were a bunch of emails. And in that it said, they demanded, and the MSNBC was part of this, is the Democratic Mafia, or Clinton and the whole 9 yards, clearly stated they wanted to put Trump as the forefront, the Pied Piper. They wanted to make him the number one guy that they were going to go for because they thought they could take him down. Well, what happened is that information actually got out and fucking backfired on him. But they propped him up. He had compared to Bernie, and even compared to Hillary, Donald Trump, I believe, had hundreds of thousands of hours in media.
$5 billion of free airtime.
How much? How much is that, Harsh?
$5 billion of free airtime.
$5 billion of free airtime.
If anyone here had $5 billion of free airtime, they'd be president of the United States.
They should be fucking president of the United States. Period.
Right.
So
the best part is they all complain about Trump, yet they're the assholes who elevated him in the first place. They are fake news because they created all this. They wanted Trump to be president so then they can have more fun with this. That's what it was. I mean, let's be real. What Bernie was to the left is what Trump was to the right in the terms of populism, in the terms of the populist movement. So what happened? Trump got how much free air? He got he got like $5 billion of free airtime because the Democrats wanted to elevate him. Meanwhile, the actual other people are running. They didn't have a shot. So the only thing I find funny, though, about all this is when Trump calls the media fake news when he benefited from it. It would be like me it would be like me it would be like James picking up my $200 tab, and then me complaining about him because of his shirt. Like it'd be so stupid for me to do that. Like it's so hypocritical. Like that's what it is with Trump. He's complaining about the news being fake, yet he benefited from it. So is he saying he benefits from fake news? Is that what he's trying to say? I mean, I don't get that. Yeah, obviously the news is fake. We know this, but it's like, but for him to say that seems a bit hypocritical.
Well, here's the thing: is the right understands how the media manipulates stuff. So
Right.
I feel like the right, in a way, I say right, conservatives, and I'm just doing the two identities, the two main identities. That's the
Right.
the lens I'm looking through. So they already see that. I mean, they still don't see it on their own side. Everybody's blind spot is their own side, but they understand the manipulation, especially the Pied Piper, the billions of dollars. But they don't realize. Okay, it also said that Saudi Arabia and Yemen gave money to the Clinton Foundation, and they're paying for ISIS. They're the ones that support it. So having that in there with the thing is, these people are the most informed people on the planet. These are like real deal conversations, and people don't realize the implications on the right. So there's like blind spots that would lead to the immigration issue. Stop the war. Stop. But you're worried about Muslims. You're worried about the religion. You're getting caught up in the religion issue, and because it's fires. They want to keep certain fires going, the boilerplate, in order to not talk about the real issue.
Here's what I was getting to, guys. Here's what I was getting to. So when you have the media that uses $5 million to prop up somebody, and it's what I called the procedure, or the project, actually, that the DCCC, or the Democratic Mafia, had, was the Frankenstein effect. They built this monster, and it turned around and killed them. Because Frankenstein killed Peter von Frankenstein. That's the scientist that created Frankenstein. I know it's fictional.
And everything he loved. So that was total annihilation.
Yeah, total annihilation. Here's the most interesting thing, is that when you have a duo that we're talking about that has captured the hearts of the Green Party, because I don't think anybody hates or dislikes Jill, honestly. I mean, if you do, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. I've met the woman.
Well,
She's
that's fantastic. A lot of
fantastic.
Hillbots.
Okay, yeah, well, of course, yeah, if they're Hill, I'm talking about within the party itself. So she definitely has the capability to bring the party together and say, hey, this guy's trying to help us. So if they come together, and what I'm saying, coming together to bring this as a dynamic duo with his likes, his shares, his subscribers, his fans, his base, everything, like I said, that this man has, and bringing it to giving it to us. I mean, he was on Jimmy Dore a couple weeks ago, and he goes, I would love to be Green Party. I would love, I'd be great if they reached out to me. And all of them sat on their fucking hands. Nobody picked up the phone. Nobody sent an email. Nobody did a goddamn thing, because they don't understand the value of what he brings to the party. This is why we're here.
Exactly.
I mean, this is why we need to reach out to these people, because sometimes, and I don't think that they're coming from a bad place, but you do end up in a bubble, when you're in these crowds and in these circles, and then everything that you hear is just being reinforced day in, day out, and it's just up to us to communicate to these people who we want to see as our representative of the party. Well, and if they're not the ones that are, in charge of this, then please point us to the right person who we need to talk to.
They are. Those are the people.
Yeah, I want to play devil's advocate though.
We'll get our chance with Cobb. Don't worry.
Devil's advocate about Jill Stein. Everybody liking her, because here's the thing with Jill Stein is she's so on point with like all the facts and the history and being able to tie everything, and she's quick at it. But I don't feel like the Green Party really went in its bag with its Rolodex, with its influencers, which there's tons of low-key Greens that have influence. Maybe they've got money or fame, whatever it may be. There wasn't enough of calling out the big guns or excitement somehow, either within the party or somehow to connect it, because if the Green Party should be so on point right now, and they should be able to look at how the strings are. It's two-party system. Everything's two-party. That's why nothing gets done, because you have to pick a side. They both do the same bullshit. It's just you have to pick a side. It's like the Super Bowl. You don't have to like the team, but you pick a side and you watch the game.
So Will is going to be playing another video, you guys, and this is why I always bring up. Will, do you have that snidbit?
I just sent it to you.
Do you want to share it?
I'm still trying to figure out how to share the audio.
Dude, it's okay.
It asks me for some type of sign in, and it's not my typical sign in.
Oh, okay. You know what? It's in the chat. I'm gonna send it to.
I can share it.
Yeah, just go ahead and share it if you could. I'll put it in the for everyone. And this is what really caught me, you guys. I mean, Will's a big supporter of Jesse to be green. I understand that, but this is the video that got me. This is the one that said, it's just that spark, like when you meet somebody for the first time and you're like, wow, something just happened. And you can't explain it, but it just continues. Right? So go ahead and, you got it, Chad?
Yeah. I just
no matter what, it just keeps going. You just
all right. Here we go.
Thank you to Jesse Ventura, because he has stood up in a really important, impassioned way. He's been a very strong voice for the peace movement, also for climate action, for really serious and compelling, aggressive climate action. Jesse has really come to understand the threat of the climate crisis. He was at the RT conference that I was at, and I had a chance to speak with him at length, as well as his family, and had a great time speaking with him. I would love to continue developing that relationship with Jesse.
And which means in order to achieve this, we got to get the Democrats and Republicans out of office. It's that simple, because they're bought and sold by the very people you're waging war on. Dr. Jill Stein, I want to thank you, and I want to wish you well on your campaign. Stick with us. Anything I can do to help you, feel free to call, because you and I are on the same page. We have the same beliefs, and we need to destroy these two parties and get new leadership in this country to go a new direction, correct?
I couldn't agree more. And Governor, you have been an inspiration of mine since your early debates. And I think we need to fight this together.
Please stop. Okay.
Boom.
Boom. Boom. Is that a fucking booyah, or is that a fucking booyah?
That was a pretty good, the ambiance again. We may have to change the music, but it's just a killer showing of the chemistry. Like, it's almost like you could see it bubbling up, like we would fuck some shit up. Give us a chance. So.
Okay, there's a moment in there, and if you don't see it, and everybody kept yelling at me the other night, it's chemistry. It's not chemistry. It's called a bond of ideas. A bond of ideas, and I was thoroughly looking through, trying to figure out what it really was. And if you have people, like, let's just say you're employed by somebody, and another manager comes up to you and goes, you know what would be good is if we did this, and the other manager goes, you know what, that's perfect, we could really do better with our products and our services or whatever. This is great. It's a moment where the engine starts to spark. That's when you turn on the key and you put the freaking pedal to the metal and you start moving and you put the hammer down. No, this is where you kick ass. So what I'm saying is, of course there's chemistry, of course, but they have an ideological and political unity that they got right there. They understood. They were both on the same page. They said it. We're on the same page. Let me know if I can help you. I'll help me. Me help you. There couldn't be a better piece out of all these videos. Out of everything we've seen, we're going to bring stuff up, through the project until we get feedback and know where the party leaders, the PCSS, whatever the hell they are, let us know what's going on. But when you look at that particular video, you will see that moment, and it's there. And if you don't capitalize on that moment, then you're missing that opportunity. It's like somebody flashes you the lottery ticket numbers. Bro, I got the lottery ticket numbers. Here they are for tomorrow night. Here the mega. Here they are. I'm just letting you know these are them. I just came from the future, and I'm letting you know that I'm your great grandson, and I'm giving you the freaking six winning digit numbers so that you can win the lottery and help change the world.
That sounds like Back to the Future with the sports almanac with
That's what it is. That's where I got the idea.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's basically what I'm saying. When Biff got the almanac and he
Right.
made all these bets and all this money, and he started his casino, and then he looked like Donald Trump. It was fucking hilarious. But anyway, so this is that moment. And if we don't capitalize on it, we're really missing that opportunity. So take that fucking those lottery numbers, and go play them.
You ready for another fucking badass clip that I just found?
Go.
It's only a minute and 8 seconds long. Here's the thing. We got to remember the selling points of fucking Jesse Ventura. And we're talking matchup because we know who the Republican candidate's going to be for 2020. Now we sort of know there's a group of 5 to 6 probably that they're testing the waters that they want to run for the Democratic. Basically, Kamala Harris to Cory Booker. There's a few
Right.
people that are in there. This shit excites me because getting pop culture, getting people really involved and pumped up, it is having getting the real influencers saying, wait a second, this motherfucker's got something right. He's saying something right. So matchup because of his whole background, Navy SEAL, biker, he was entertaining.
He was a diver, guys. Sorry. Everybody says Navy SEAL is a diver. It's different.
Diver.
No, a diver is, trust me, it's just as tough. It's just as
All
tough.
right. Well, Navy guy.
divers.
Navy guy. Okay, let me share this and be excited for this minute and 8.
I think he pretty much ticks off all the boxes, right? Has a background in government, military.
Mayor,
There's some
governor.
WWE guys killing it. Like Jesse Ventura's killing it. He was a big time WWE guy.
He's had some injuries too, man. A lot of those guys are all busted up from that sport.
Dude, Jesse Ventura is like 100% weed activist now.
Oh yeah,
he just wrote a book on.
I had him on.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
how nuts is that?
He was great.
He's all about the weed movement.
And he lives off the grid in Mexico or some shit.
Yep, and he uses weed. He's got a bunch of ailments, and his wife has some ailments too, and she's using weed for it.
He sued the American Sniper guy and won.
American Sniper, Chris Kyle.
Chris Kyle said he beat him up, kind of punked him in a bar.
Yeah.
And he was like, that fucking never happened. Yeah. And sued him,
He's actually said he was going to consider running for president if Donald Trump won. That's what he said on the podcast. I wonder if he's still going to do it.
He's in his 70s now, isn't he?
He's in his 70s.
And that's a hard job.
So is Donald Trump.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, it's all very interesting, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's in his fit 70s. This isn't Donald Trump.
Right.
This is a dude that has, dedicated his life to fitness and well-being.
Oh, he's in good shape. Don't underestimate him. He
He's
would beat the living crap out of
And
any
he's sharp.
president right now.
He's sharp, and he's sharp. That's the key, dude. That's right there, dude. That clip right there, that whole little segment right here, as a social media wave, this type of angling, dude. That's what I'm saying. The Green Party, they need to put a cannabis leaf in their damn logo. Done. Tomorrow you will have a million fucking subscribers. You will change the face of the Green Party.
Millennial galore. I'll tell you, my mom who smokes pot would fucking jump all over that.
Millennial galore. Okay, you know what?
It's the same color.
Remember,
it's the same colors apart.
Everything besides, look, that's great, but Eddie Bravo just a little off, but he doesn't. He's not really a big supporter.
You made a really. You said millennial. So this is what I found today.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is going to show what we're working with. With Bernie Sanders, this is how it all turned out. So we know that all these states have a real chance of making some moves. It's just about mobilizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, dude. And that's the thing. You don't need money if you were able to get them on board. We just got to. We have to.
What was that map you just showed?
It was. It said here what the 2016 looks like if it was just millennials voting. It says there are more millennials of voting age than voting.
Okay.
This country can be anything you want it to be. Vote Dems, vote for a third party, hell, run for office. You have the power. Basically, understanding that it's a huge, important key that the millennials are involved, and let them run wild with it. Dude, that's the whole thing with Bernie. Dude, the whole vibe, that primary, that first thing when people were getting on it, that's the energy you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was people felt it. People felt it, and they want it. They want it again. You got to get behind somebody.
I don't want to get too deep into the celebrity, but again, I sent the video of Jesse with Willie Nelson since you were talking about weed.
Go ahead. I want to see it, please.
Yeah.
I just put it in chat.
So here,
Can you play it?
here's. Yeah, I'm about to right now. Pulling it up.
The Willie Nelson one. Awesome.
Just a second. In just a second.
We're not in a rush, guys.
They were seated all.
Okay. Now I'm ready to share. You got to give me a little heads up here. Can I see that? Okay.
In a big half circle, and I got the chair in the center. And that's where I was put, with this half circle group of 23 members of the CIA. And I think the first thing that really got my awareness up was as I looked at them all, they were all your neighbors. I mean, you weren't looking at James Bond here. You went down there with the feeling you were going to walk in and see all these former Navy SEALs and former Delta Force guys who are now out and they're now working in the intelligence community and all this. It was Grandma Jones down the street. It was so-and-so. I mean, they were of all ages.
You knew them?
No, I knew none of them. But these were the 20. Yeah, they looked. That's is the fact that when I looked at them, I saw my neighbors. Not actually. What I meant by that, Willie, was I saw my people just like my people you'd never suspect. Because these are people in the Central Intelligence Agency. They were of all ages, all colors, all looked like almost different categories of wealth.
What kind of training do you think they had?
I don't know. This was part of it, though. Oh, no, this was part. No, I'm sure they get trained and actually, I found out this was actually many of them's part of their training. This was a training exercise that was likewise going on, as well as fact getting. And so I sat down and I looked at them all because I wrote about it in my last book, and so I don't mind talking at all about it. I remember I looked at them all, and the first thing I said, before you ask me any questions, I got to feel mind talking at all about it. I remember I looked at them all, and the first thing I said, you ask me questions, I get to ask you questions. And I said, my first question is, what are you doing here? And the head guy, they were very formal. They were always governor, sir, very much that way, very respectful. But I remember the head guy looked at me and he said, well, what do you mean, governor? And I said, well, what I mean is that your mission statement says you're not to be operational inside the United States. What are you here for? This is clearly inside the United States. Well, I got hemmed and hawed and didn't really get an answer, double talked and all that. And then I said, my second question, I said, I want to go around the room. And I said, I want you to tell me your name and what you do. Half of them wouldn't tell me their names. Half of them wouldn't tell me what they did. Who knows if they're really telling you their correct name? No way of knowing. And so I said, well, look, if you're not going to cooperate fully with my questioning, I said, I'm probably going to find it difficult to fully cooperate with yours. It's got to be equal.
I mean, dude,
that is awesome. That's fucking awesome.
It's showing, here's a motherfucker that's been around. He understands the system. He's not afraid to talk about it. And one of the things when he was talking with Jimmy Dore, he was like, if I'm president, he said they're gonna assassinate me. He said, I can find the clip. I'll have to. He said that's why, you have to run with somebody, I think run with somebody good, as far as the vice president. But it's like, he's just hit. At least if anything, let's make the Green Party let's fucking make some moves. Let's pump some energy and say, and the PC culture is going to have to go away. This isn't play and playing their corporate niceties. These people are war criminals, murderers.
So to bring it back to the list of people, the PCSC committee, or that committee,
Mm-hmm.
What would be the best way to contact them? Well, what should we? Is there Facebook or Twitter? Should we call their offices? Send a letter? What's the plan here?
Those are good questions. What I'm just finding this out. I've had that list of people in my head for a while. What we've done is kind of built more information. Every time we come on to the project, we're getting more information so we can send it to them. So I'm going to be throwing out their Facebooks, their emails, ways of getting in touch with them. I'm going to send that out through the airways to people that support us. There are going to be people that are probably going to tell them otherwise. But what I'd like to do, if I could get some feedback from them, let us know what they're saying out there. Let us find out if there's something out there that's so god-awfully, horrendously bad, why this dynamic duo shouldn't be together, and I'll pull the plug. But nothing's came about yet. We don't have any Bill Cosby shit. We don't have any frickin' what's that guy, Weinstein shit. We don't have anything. I mean, we don't have any Bernie Madoff crap. We got nothing. So until you have something that can show me that this duo should not happen, we're going to keep moving, and we're going to bring more people. We got time. Go ahead, man.
No, I was going to say by just looking at just a couple of these videos, there's a lot of gems in here that we can cut down 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that people can have an array of information that with the right social media campaign, that shit goes viral, and everything that occurs, we can have something already in the index, the library of a solution or calling their bullshit out with it, and then we hit them. Because you know what's going to happen. You get enough steam momentum going, they're going to come at you and start slandering and go into it and start pulling shit out. So we have to be ready and understand the steps that's going to take in order to get there, because that point of time is coming. So we just have to make sure we spin everything we can.
Right.
Spin off.
Okay.
Or whatnot.
Hey, let me just tell you guys something real quick. Listen, this is not a closed show. We are selecting a few people for the project itself. We don't want any detours in any other directions. We don't want people going on tangents. So if you are a supporter of what we're trying to do, the projects is where you hang out at. No, Jesse and Jill 2020 project is what we're doing, and where you can be to bring information to help support that. Do anything you can in regards to information, videos, or anything of that nature is always welcome. But after, we're going to be done with this pretty soon, and then we're going to open up to an open forum. But before I go, I was going to ask the team if there's not. We're just going to go off and restart with a regular open forum Monotalk show. But before I skedaddle, I was going to ask the team if you truly believe that this is, and I mean, how many other candidates have been thrown at us? I've had Ajun Barak, I've had Rosa Clemente, I have Cobb, I've had all these people that they're throwing at me, but there's no two other people, in my professional opinion, that have the clout. Can you guys think of anybody else that would be a good fit for this? Can you guys think of anybody else?
Robert was saying in chat earlier, and I hope he gets to come on during the open forum and talk about it a little bit more. But he was saying that he mentioned to his friend about Jesse and Jill, and he didn't know who Jill was, but he did know who Jesse was. So, I mean, that's the kind of name recognition that Jesse does have. So I think, yeah, definitely got to run him.
So I'm looking at the YouTube live stream, and T. Oliver is saying, which I think is very odd, has anyone made an effort to reach out to the governor? This is step one. Why in the that makes no sense.
Oh, he's talking about to the governor, to Governor Ventura, right?
If you're talking about, T. Oliver, Governor Ventura has already said on Jimmy Dore's show that he would welcome to run for the Green Party. He said that about a month ago. Probably a little longer than that, right? About a month and a half probably now. So he's in. Nobody has talked to Jill yet. I haven't even attempted to talk to Jill. But the thing is I'm going to bring this out so that they both can see that there's other people out there that are with us. B&B DIY projects. Kenneth Mejia, he's in. He loves this. From what I know, he likes Jesse. He loves Jill. So I know he doesn't like Hillary, though. I think he really doesn't like Hillary that much. And I don't think he's a big fan of Trump. So if he likes Jesse and he loves Jill, then I think we've got some progress there. Who else? We got some new people on. You guys, hey, if you like and subscribe, share, and all that good stuff, whatever that does. But the biggest thing right now for us is we are really in tune. We're going to do whatever we can to keep the project alive. And maybe at some point, guys, and this is what I'm saying, maybe at some point we'll get a hook. But anyway, who else do you guys think? Who else do you think there's anybody else out there that would have a good chance? Anybody?
Just for the person who was asking that question, can you just play that short, quick? It's a clip. It's a 20.
It's a what? What clip?
The clip where he was on Jimmy Dore's show.
Oh, if you got it, could you please? That would be great.
I already sent it.
Chad, could you bring that up, please? It's better that they do it, guys. When I do it, I have to play it through the live chat, through the Zoom, and then I have to play it also through the YouTube. It's a fucking pain in the ass. I'm just letting you know. And beer is awesome. Zoxbox. This is, I agree, and have since this came. This is the ticket that can do the most good. Man, Zox has got some great shit too. Brilliant. That man is. I don't even know if Zox a girl. I don't even know if Zox a girl or a boy. I don't know. But he's always been spot. Critique of the corpus ideology. What do you got? What do you got for us? Redneck Economics. Are you a member of the Green Party? You know what? She's not. But she might be. I think it would probably be in her best interest. If
I can be persuaded, but as of right now, I'm independent.
Oh, I don't know who's going to pull that off. She's a tough cookie. Rebel, hey, Rebel, I sent you the link. Oh, by the way, I sent you guys the link. I'm looking at 50 different things. I'm looking at the Facebook. I'm looking at the YouTubes. I'm looking at the articles. I'm looking at Twitter. I'm looking at the Facebooks. I'm looking at the live chat. I'm trying to get all this stuff together. There's so much going on here. And by the time I get to, and I just opened Twitter. So if you know my cell phone number, or if you know how to get in touch with me, just text me or that. It's so simple. Just do that.
Are we ready? All right.
Yeah, lay it on, bro.
Jesse Ventura. Jesse's Ventura's Marijuana Manifesto is now out in paperback. You can catch The World According to Jesse on RT every Friday at 7:30 and 10 p.m. Eastern. A true patriot, one of my favorite guys in the world, and I hope he runs for president. Jesse Ventura, thanks for being our guest.
Well, I got an invite to the Green Party thing this summer. I don't know if they're setting me up when I get there. I'm not sure, but I'll tell it to you this way. If I did run, I would run under the Green Party banner.
Booyah.
I mean,
come on.
So we're talking about passion, speaking, intelligent,
for president? I thought about it. Even live in Mexico? Well, I would have had to.
I kept it going. I didn't press pause. Just killer.
I do that all the time.
Killer. I don't think, and I think you're right. They're, people. I mean, I have heard when it comes to Jill Stein. I mean, there are certain things that people always have their critiques. You're going to hear that from whatever. But I think given the opportunity, especially with Jesse, for them to sit down and have real communication and do it on a regular basis, it could help energize just them two talking like we saw. I think it's everything. Best shot.
Everybody's agreeing. The more we bring this up, guys, the better the shot it is. If you're not looking in this direction, if you haven't thought about it, if you have any questions or concerns or anything, go to our YouTube, put in some comments. Let me know if there's anything we can do to persuade you to move in this area. Because if you've got some legitimate gripes or issues, let us know. I'll do whatever it takes to find out, what's really going on. And if something comes up to where it's, oh my God, this is not good and it's not going to work out, then I'll do the right thing. But so far, I haven't heard nothing. Go ahead, Harsh.
Right. Well, for Jesse, that's absolutely 100% correct. If he's the nominee, we have a shot to win. My only thing is with Jill. I don't know if Jill has a third run in her, really.
That's a good point.
This is going to be the third time that if she's on another Green Party ticket for the presidential nominee, for another presidential ticket, I mean, I don't know if that's going to necessarily be the greatest.
Well, Patricia Hauser, I believe, said it in chat about that, about like maybe making her.
Patricia.
Making her what?
making her part of the cabinet, something along those lines, she'd still be in a position of power, but, something to where she can work some more with, I don't know, a certain task. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It does sound like a pretty good idea.
I know that.
If there's somebody that we could.
You just hit. I think you just discovered something. If we could do a mock cabinet, and
that'd be good to do.
Create the people that we want in all these different places, all these different things, and have it set out. And that needs to be the part of the platform. People need to know what the motherfucker they're getting from the get-go. So all these different places, people really know how it's run. We need all the agencies, and then we can have individual conversations within the agencies to find the best people. And that's what the leader's supposed to do. But we go, and it's going green.
I really like that idea because so many times, we find out after the fact. Actually, we don't even find out what their cabinet, who they're going to nominate for their cabinets until after they're president, correct? So it's like a done deal after that. So, I mean, this would be good. It's total transparency. I like that.
But I know the cabinets have to be voted in by Congress, right? You have to be like certain things.
But this would be like our dream team.
Right, and maybe that's the way it has to work. Everything has to be laid out ahead of time. Your whole team, so people can really be engaged with how the country's ran. And until we realize, because the way it's ran, their hustle is government contracts. Is they're using the bottomless and endless, credit card of, being a having our own currency out of nowhere, and then they create the companies and create the lanes in order for them to make the money and pull the contracts, and they slush it around. Why, by the time it gets down to the things that they really need, there's none left.
I want to see Sherry Honkala give Ben Carson the boot.
Who?
That'd be fun to see.
Rebel's in the waiting room.
Sorry about it. Hey, Rebel. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here's the question, though. The question was, your Harsh is saying that we do know what Jesse's intentions are and what he's already offered. Do you honestly believe that after 3 times and getting thrown in jail, that she's not going to try or try to get close to the Oval Office, at least as vice president?
Well, I mean, I think
what I'm asking you is if she knew she could team up with Jesse, do you think that she would? That's the question. Harsh.
I think she would, because
I'm asking Harsh.
Oh, sorry.
Right, but geez, I think Chad is reading my mind too. I think she would, just because she offered Bernie the same position in 2016. And of course, Bernie refused because, well, we know the guy never wanted to be president. No. So, it's very possible she does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the dream VP and POTUS ticket. That's all I'm throwing out there. Okay, now as far as the entire cabinet, that is a whole nother lot of things to do.
James Young should be the should be the cabinet appointee. Should be the one who should be the head of the transition team.
I don't think I want to take on that responsibility, because what's going to happen is once we have more attention, remember, once we bring more attention that Jesse and Jill are going to bring to the party, then we can get more people, at least in the Senate and the House. If they do anything and get close, or if they get, who knows what these fucking crazy ass 2 parties will do once they get wind that this is happening, right? But if we get the attention that we need, then that'll help the party. My true and absolute goal is to bring the attention to the party. That's my goal.
Anything
that should be you, and if we want to win, that's cool too, and that would be great. That would be great. But I'm going to tell you, you're dealing with some shady fuckers up there.
Oh yeah, especially in Illinois.
You know, Seth
We'll make sure
Rich,
a Democrat
Lucas.
wins that state, no matter what.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's up, Rebel? Welcome. Hi.
Oh, I'm waiting for my I thought what I would do is there's civics for dummies, and it teaches what departments do what, who's responsible for this and that, and I'm gonna go through it, and I think that would give like a really clear pathway on how to approach everything that we need to do in order to.
And we need to make an app out of it, something people can get involved in. And can they put in their resume to say they want to be a part of the Green Party cabinet? Would that get people interested where they say, okay, if I'm voting, they're giving me an option, they're giving me to the different people that they're looking at for these cabinets to run these certain things, to have real transparency and have real conversations. Remember, it's technology reaching people. Everybody's in their phones. Boom, boom, boom. You make that shit like you click where you're at, and everything comes up right there. Done. You know who you're voting for in your area. It's got to be interactive and everything through the green. The green's got to technology, everything. That's key. Interactive shit.
What was the name of that book, Rebel?
Good. Sorry.
What do you suggest the app would do?
Hey, Rebel, you're a little low. Is her mic low, or is it just me?
Is it okay now?
Yeah, you're way better.
Okay. What would the app do?
Well, the app would map out all the federal offices. So you would know every office that is elected and every office that is appointed. And you would see the structure of how all the positions work. And you'll be able to understand the mechanics and where, obviously where the bucks pass for certain things. Because remember what they're doing is that all these different agencies, there are ways that they're funneling the money. They're getting the private contracts in order to funnel it to themselves. All we have to do is make everybody know that that's their hustle, and give everybody the tools to figure out, okay, this person's doing this. All we have to do is figure out how they're hustling. What's the specific thing? Everybody's doing it, but that makes sense. Like being able to, it's like real time. Like you're partially knowing who's in office, and then people can share information at all times. When it comes to even like, I don't know, you should go down to like sheriffs and certain areas. A
lot of people don't even think about stuff like that, because it's like, but those are the people that are in charge of enforcing the laws. Judges. All these like local politics. That's really important, but it's also really hard to find information on that, to find out the structure of it. I'm a visual person. I want to see like a flow chart or something. When you try to look into like the specifics of, okay, well, who actually do I vote for? How does this work? It's so vague and complicated. It's hard to wrap your head around it. I can't even do it.
Well, I am working on a flowchart of a DOJ right now.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
See, that's the kind of stuff we need.
I thought I would start with them, because those are the ones that we really fight against hard.
They're the ones that are supposed to be fighting for us, because
excellent place to start.
Well, but think about it. They're the ones that to say who you've got that they say what we're going to prosecute and what we're not going to prosecute, even if there's a law, like what they're focused on. Because there's a lot of places across the country where they stop prosecuting like certain things, even though those certain things are on the books still. It's all about the discretion, So that's absolutely. So that's how we do it, because we have to be willing to dig up dirt and all these people and your district attorneys, your judges. No.
Oh no, I was
Sorry, I was telling James no. That's Dave. That's Dave.
Yeah,
it's me.
Dave?
Here, I'll rename
How you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. What's up, brother?
Sorry.
I know you guys have been talking about the Jesse possibility for a while. Here's my thing with it. I think that the Green Party has a lot of room for growth, but they're having an identity crisis right now. I really respect Jesse. I really do. But he's more on the libertarian side. He's more on the free marketing. He's also called himself capitalist in the past, which does conflict with some of the Greens. Now, on the other side, you had that last week. You had Nick Brana talk to Dorr, and I know some people have issues with Dorr, but he's saying that the DNC now basically is changing their own rules so they can shut some of the quote unquote progressive Democrats out. So what would happen if Tulsi and Nina and Bernie went to the Green Party? I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. The Greens need to figure out in what direction they want to go, because those three are not Greens.
Well,
no, they're not.
I trust them not.
But that's what everybody's doing right now. It's like everybody's fighting for the soul of whatever it is, like the DNC, the RNC. Everybody's trying to figure shit out right now.
Yeah. And I think we're all having an identity crisis right now.
And that's the whole point of this, is saying, okay, here are the facts. And with Jesse's view and stance on all these issues, and with his energy, he's got a lot of passion. That is what's going to bring people into the party. People want to hear, like, that's what they like Jimmy Dore so much, is because Jimmy Dore's in your face. People are angry and they're pissed off, and they want to hear their leaders angry and pissed off and not afraid to call the people out. That's what they want to hear.
And I understand. I understand, but here is the crux of the argument. The people who are in the Green Party are that are against Jesse running, if he even runs. But hold on.
No, I want to know who.
Let's say what?
Who's against
him? Let him finish this.
No, Dave.
Wait, Dave, change your number to your name.
I want to know who's against Jesse. Do you know who it is? Dave,
do you know
who it is?
Hold on.
Well, maybe it's a hypothetical, because I mean, obviously not everybody's going to like Jesse. We already know.
No, wait. He's saying there's people that are against him. Who people? Do you have a name?
I don't have specific names. I've
you
seen
don't
it
have
on.
a single
I've seen
person.
It on
a name of a single person
on the green chat board.
Oh, okay. Okay. So basically, the people.
I'm just asking. Do you have somebody? Because I want to know who they are.
Yeah, we're trying to find some people that are oppositional, at least a little skeptical of this, because
they're there. No, I get them. I just want to know who it is. I want to know who these people are.
Wait. Change Dave's number out of there.
It's not on there no more. Yeah.
Here is my question.
Oh.
I just thought you knew somebody.
Well, here's my question. Are we putting Jesse forward because he mirrors the green, the 4 pillars and the 10 keys, or are we putting him forward because we know he has more of a possibility to win? That's my question. I'm just asking.
I think both.
That's a good question, and it's both. I'm glad you brought up that question.
I think the idea is to exploit both factors. As far as we have to have someone that's going to be, like we say, in their face, someone that can bring people to the green. Remember, we want a primary because we want as much attention, as much confrontation between the main candidates as possible, because that's what gets people interested. They want to know that people, even though they believe the same things, we have to get so deep and intricate in how these conversations are that it creates the excitement about what's going on. So
right. I actually remember one name. I think Tony had that issue too. Tony Smith had that issue.
About?
So that's one name. About Jesse potentially running. Just like Bernie potentially running as a Green, which he doesn't
I
want
don't
that.
remember Tony Smith ever
Tony
saying that he had an
was
issue
in.
with.
Maybe it's somebody else in that channel. That happens. There was a
I
couple
don't
people I
remember
put in
Tony
there that were
Smith
kind
ever having an issue with Jesse Ventura running. Hell, he's one of the few people who was talking about, oh man, we gotta have Jesse run. Oh man, we gotta have him run. I'm like, Tony, man.
Okay, maybe it was somebody
probably
else.
somebody else, but I'm just saying.
No, I've seen him too. I just
David's right. There are people out there that are against this, but I'm trying to get something viable. I hear the liberal thing all the time.
But yeah,
I hear that argument all the time. But to what extent, like liberal Ayn Rand, I don't give a shit about you, liberal, or liberal like, I want solar for myself. I don't want to be on the grid anymore. That's what he's right. That's the kind of liberal he is. Because if you get solar power, you can't completely be off of the grid. You still, in the United States, have to be completely on the grid, which means be with some power company that's connected to coal, connected to oil, connected to a dam or whatever. And the thing is that's what he is. He's that kind of liberal where you have the freedom to do what you want, but there are still laws. You don't make your own laws. It's just there's a level of liberalism. I'm considered a socialist liberal. In my dot's over here in the XY grid, Dave, right here, and I'm down over here where it says socialist liberal progressive, somewhere in that area down over here.
I'm considered a left libertarian, but
go ahead.
Go ahead, Harsh. Harsh hasn't spoke for a while.
Right.
They're left libertarian. But back to the Jesse thing, you do raise a good point with that. However, I would say all of these parties that, like Chad said, all these parties have an identity crisis. Ever since Trump got elected, no one really knows who stands for what anymore. But I will say, as a Green, our identity has to be, we're not like everyone else. And we're willing to literally go against the establishment. We're the rebels. Well, who's a more rebellious candidate than Jesse Ventura?
Well, here's another point, because I've heard him say this several times, that when you come, everybody knows that politicians are bought, and he has a line, well, if they're gonna be bought, at least put patches on the jacket so you know who's buying them. Right. That's fine,
right?
But
that's
at
not
the same time, that's not taking care of the corruption either.
Well, I mean, but that's really oversimplifying, the big spectrum of what Jesse Ventura is about. That's the thing, is understanding like all the themes. And when you list those people's names, when you say Bernie, when you say Nina Turner, when you talk about those people, if you're a true progressive, and we're having our own identity crisis because of the whole Russia, the whole supporting the same people that are doing the shit, the whole blind, following, we're having that part too. Bernie Sanders, Nina Turner, all these people, they say that they're part, but they keep one foot in the motherfucking establishment and one foot out, just in case the tide turns whichever way they can maneuver. They're not really willing to step up and be like, hey, and that's what people want. And that's when you look up matchup, you think Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee 2020. Think about it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Who is going to match up better than somebody, you're talking about same age-wise, but fucking Jesse Ventura has got his shit together. He knows all the information, and he's not backing down. He's the exact thing that would make Trump look like a little man face to face when he puts him in his motherfucking place. And he can do it so eloquently in his own style.
And all eloquently.
At the bikers, the vets.
I don't see Jesse eloquent.
No, I'm
straightforward.
No,
I know what he's saying, but listen, as I said, I do respect Jesse. I just think that he is on that other side, at that other side of the spectrum. Right now, my focus is trying to control the things that I can control, and trying to get into my local town halls and try to make this stuff transparent and try to make people aware of all the bullshit land deals that that my town is trying to ram through with all these industrialists and things. So, right now that it's at least a year from now, and I can't really control who's going to run. So,
Right.
if he runs, I'll think about it when it comes.
Right. No, outsider.
Stevie,
I get
was
exactly.
sorry, guys. Stevie, go ahead.
Sorry.
That's a good point that he brought up. We still have to take care of our communities, and I think that this is a great way that through, act, locally. We can get on here and exchange our ideas and use our, do stuff like that. But we still have to. We can't neglect, because this is how they operate. They will keep us busy with one thing while they attack us on another front. So we do have to keep our eyes open back home about the stuff that they're doing, because believe me, they're always trying to pull something heinous, no matter what state you're living in.
Right.
Okay. With that being said, go ahead, Harsh, and then I'm gonna turn it on to an open forum, guys.
Well, the only two things I'm gonna say is, independent insider and Stevie raised some good points when they're talking about this is a far away. This is it's still a year away from elections, and more importantly, we still got to take care of our own community, because we got to also keep in mind 2018 is only 5 months away, less than 4. The 2018 elections are less than 4 months away. So while it's beautiful that we're focused on 2020 and Uncle Jesse, coming over to the Greens, we also got to realize, we still got to worry about the midterms and getting our own people elected. Otherwise, it might go for naught. So,
David, this is called the Jesse and Jill 2020 project.
That was harsh.
That's why we're here. Just letting everybody know. Just saying that, because that's our focus. Of course, we're going to help everybody with the city and the county and the state and construction workers and problems and issues and potholes. Domino's is patching freaking potholes if you have a problem with your road right now. So I'm just saying
so
that we got
humiliating.
Yeah, we got that covered. My only goal with this is to bring attention to the possibility of these two running together. It would probably be the best ticket out there. I don't know if Jill is fully in, but I can almost feel with about 95.8%, just that feeling of being assured that possibly she would want to run as a VP candidate with Jesse going as POTUS. I'm just thinking that might be a good way for not just for them to maybe get to that point, because I know Jesse, if he's going to go in, he's going all in. And if you know Jill, she's already put her time in. She's put her effort. She's been arrested. This lady, I'm telling you, in the back of her mind, she's like, I'm not giving up. I'm getting close to that freaking office. I want to be a part of that. There's something back there that's keeping her going. I don't think she's going to give up and say, you know what? I'll just be the Department of Education. I'll take, why don't I just take Ben Carlson's job? Let me just take Rick Perry's job. I don't think so. She wants something more substantial. She deserves something more substantial. Something that, because she's put in the time and the effort to do so. Now, as far as Jesse, he's already just said clearly that he's just waiting for the PCCS people, whatever they are, to reach out to them, which would be great. What?
I was gonna say, when is that convention? He was saying that the Greens called
him. There
him.
was a convention in the summer that he wasn't going to see these people, and I'm hoping that we can get this video to them before they go and talk to him, which I think would be good.
That's Salt Lake City. You're talking about the Salt Lake City convention.
That's it.
When is it?
July, I think.
July.
Or is it July or August?
Just going back real quick to what I was saying, and me and Dave were saying about doing things locally to bring that in. I mean, this would be like a topic for a later date, but a way to, I think working within our communities would be a great way to get Jesse and Jill elected. by getting their names out there, by becoming present in our communities. So, I mean, it's just a way, to work together to, get the name out there.
Right. Because we want to bring people into the party. You say you want, and you made a point too. You want people to worry about, their home stuff, their surroundings around. That's what we have to do. We have to arm people with the tools they need to figure out who's fucking them personally in their area. Seriously.
I want to show them that we're not just talk. We got action to back it up.
We got some action, baby.
And that's what we're talking about. The Green Party is we're trying to say, okay, well, here's a theme, a thread that we can build around Jesse. And here's the thing: when everybody's worried about their candidate, turning or something not being what they say they are, I don't feel that with Jesse. I feel like he is who he is, and the reason why they don't necessarily really feel him as a threat, the establishment.
And we have to have our shit together by no later than May 2018. This groundwork.
Okay.
Right.
Because by the time July 2018 comes around, then that's when we need to go full steam ahead and just start kicking ass.
See, and this is a complex issue because once you get shit going, you can't stop the organization. You can't stop figuring out 1,000 different ways that people can participate in the breaking down bullshit stuff. I mean, I'd like to get to the point where we're able to pull all these court records, pull everything and put everything online so we can start putting algorithms and start pulling out the dirt. Just stuff that inconsistencies. I mean, there's just tons of things that we can focus people on wherever they're at, because like you say, the corruption is the big issue. How are you gonna stop that?
Oh, sorry.
Good.
Hey, by the way, that meeting in Salt Lake City, Utah, I was kind of right. July 19th to the 22nd, which okay, but anyway, but that's something definitely. You guys, that's kind of far away. It's not that. God, I would fucking love to go there.
I would love to go to that.
Fuck.
I think Sabrina might be going actually. Sabrina Giesler may be going if she's around there.
Independent. You said Jesse is open about who he is, absolutely, but he doesn't fully fit the traditional green mold. Exactly. Yes. That's the whole point.
That's okay. We're okay with that.
The traditional green mold is not working. That's why we're so excited here, is because we want somebody to break that. Because it's whack. It's bullshit. The structure's all messed up because there's no real life into it. And this is we have to create a new tradition of it. And with the social media and the age of technology, we are in the precipice of what's about to fucking happen. You like that?
I like that word, brother. That's one of my words.
Came out from nowhere.
And if
bomb-ass
Green
word.
ever whines about it, I'd love to take him to a whipping post and say, "Do you want Trump again?"
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's shifting us. He's not going to leave the Green Party in a worse or in the same situation that they're already in. The only thing that can come of this is he's going to move them in. He's going to get the name out there more, maybe more people in office. Maybe we'll get that, magic 15%. I mean, but no matter what, it's a shift away from the right. It's a shift in the right direction.
So what if we get Jesse Ventura? I mean, the idea is right to bring people in because he needs to challenge motherfuckers to run for president too. Like he needs to go at this from the aspect like, yeah, I want to be president, but I want some real opposition, some real people. Let's make. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a way that we can. I mean, and it's framing it, and it's getting people comfortable with understanding what's going on. Again, if we bring people in, you don't have to be romantic about Jesse Ventura. If you're not romantic about Jesse Ventura, look at it as okay. We're bringing people in the Green Party. The Green Party, when the people really get to choose in a primary, the people really get to speak, then that person is going to be, their nominee or the so.
Snork's in the waiting room. Snork's in the waiting room, by the way.
No, I'm just romantic about his bike.
About his bike. Dude, riding with Jesse across thing, we could do so many viral shit. Dude, I'm talking about go ride with some bikers, a joint with Jesse.
Do a bong.
A show, he goes talks with people and has a joint with people, like some major people talking about real shit, real stuff. And then we do the viral challenge where you smoke a joint for Jesse.
Awesome. Guys, I'm going to turn off the Facebook live chat, but leave this going.
Just going to add one thing.
No, we're good. We're going to stay on.
I added one thing in there that didn't get mentioned.
What was that? Go ahead.
If the Green Party wants any chance of winning at all, anybody who thinks they're going to run needs to be in Iowa by August 22nd of this year. And there is a place where the presidentials line up. It's the corn dog tent. And if you don't get to the corn dog tent, you are not a contender for president.
That might be the most Iowa thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that is such an Iowa thing. It's not even
That is
funny.
so fucking Iowa.
Dude,
where
that's some.
Where does the
He's not kidding. He's not.
No, that's some valuable information. That's some valuable shit.
Could you say that one more time, please?
Okay, the United States presidential election starts in Iowa. The only time Iowa gets looked up at all is up until the caucus. So the people that will be looked at seriously for the caucus in 2020 need to be in Des Moines, Iowa, July 19th of this year. So you have 45 days or less. Did I say July? It's August 19th. August 19th. You have 45 days to say, I might be president. Well, if you even might be president, somebody needs to tell these candidates they need to be there. If there's not a Green Party candidate for president, August 19th, this year, they might as well forget even running for a president.
At the hot dog tent.
At the hot,
whatever,
no, not the hot dog tent.
But that's important. I don't even know if the Green Party, somebody in the Green Party knows this, but has never contacted the main guy. Guys, shouldn't we make it to the hot dog tent?
No. Not the hot dog tent.
Corn dog.
That's the wrong place.
That's where the losers hang out. The hot dog.
The winners are hang out at the corn dog.
Right. We want the Republicans and Democrats to go to the hot dog. The corn dog is where the winners go.
So we got to do the rumor.
But that's a huge point. That is a fucking huge point. So it would be good. It would fucking just create such chaos if fucking Jesse showed up.
Stevie.
Hey, I'd like to get a corn dog. Put some extra mustard on there, please.
Hey, I wonder if they have tofu corn dogs.
That Jill would get the tofu corn dog, of course. All right. Anything else? We're gonna go regular show, but I'm just getting off the Facebook. But before I get off the Facebook, I think I want to play my song.
Well,
it's
go
ahead.
Harsh reality.
Go ahead.
Remind you that to promote Jesse Ventura, to promote your local races in 2018, and that the golden rule is in fact a two-way street. Take care, everybody. I might join back in a few minutes. If not, see y'all tomorrow.
No, come back.
Where are you going? You can't just escape like
you don't
that.
have anything better else to do than hang with us.
We need to
happen here.
But I'll be back in a few minutes. Anyhow.
Okay. He said, right?
Takes you that long to poop?
Right?
He's in and out of our lives.
Who said anything about poop crapping?
All this corn dog.
I'll stay with you guys.
All this corn dog and hot dogs.
This is a good time to go. This is a good time. Okay.
Thank you so much. Make sure you share this video.
Let me play my video. Okay, here we go.
Never underestimate the power of a corn dog.
The power of the corn dog.
That's what she
awesome. I don't know why it's not playing. This is, hey, I got something weird going on here. Hold on.
That's what she said.
That is so funny, Stark. Every time you mention something like that, I start laughing because I I don't know. I just get the impression that Iowa's like the Deliverance movie.
Are we live still? Have we played the music yet?
Yeah, we're good. I'm doing it right now.
One of my favorite songs.
Howdy and aloha. Welcome to
Monotone. Somebody's supposed to sing, right, at the end? And you Ohana.
We hope you
stay and talk.
All right, thank you, Facebook, for joining our fucking amazing group of people. Aloha.
And one's drunk.
Everybody, who's
are we
not?
clear?
It's
Are we clear?
Saturday. It's
Can we swear and
Saturday
stuff?
night.
And one's high.
I got nobody. Okay, bye.
Are we clear?
We're clear, but we're just for Facebook. We're not clear. We're still on YouTube and Twitter.
Okay. I was going to say, can you alter that one verse, and for the ending of it, say goodbye instead of hello.
Oh, for the end.
And if you do that, I will do a video for you for the ending.
Oh, okay. I will. Thank you for the
It
ending.
doesn't have to be immediate. I don't have any time in the next 2 weeks.
So how do you?
Oh, well, offer your service and then make him wait for 2 weeks? That's fucked up, man.
2 weeks, nothing in the music business.
Okay. That's all right. I appreciate it, brother. I totally appreciate it.
That means a month. That means a month anyway. So
Yeah, in Iowa time.
yeah.
Oh,
After the corn dogs. After the corn dogs are over.
Yeah, gotta hit the corn dog stand.
But the candidates have to remember, never let your picture be taken after eating the corn dog at the cornhole games.
What are the games about?
You take a bag of corn and you throw it through a hole.
Yeah, that's not what most people know about the.
They have those everywhere here in Tennessee.
Holy shit, they have that there too?
Well, they have it in the bars.
Grown
They got the bars.
adults?
They got
Almost like, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Do they call it cornhole?
Cornhole, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like just like a bean bag, whatever, and they just try and get into a hole. It's like
bean bags for coastal states.
Right. Horseshoes with a box, and you throw the bag through the thing.
Hey, Trump, let's go over here and play some
cornholius.
Can you imagine? You'd probably give me get Bannon over there. Let's go over here and play some.
Hey, Smoke, can you host for just a second? I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Certainly.
Thanks, man.
Get Bannon over there. Let's go over here and play some.
Just a second, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Thanks, man.
I see the host sign. Yes, the Amish even make cornhole games here.
There you go. It's like, what the fuck?
Why is that on twice?
You go to an Amish carpenter, you'll see a whole bunch of them set out.
That is so fucking hilarious. I gotta visit. That'd probably be one of the most entertaining visits I've ever had.
Well, it's one of the few exciting days of Iowa's when they have the Iowa State Fair.
Well, I think it's important.
Oh, no. Really, Stevie?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're gonna go? Gonna go?
Thank you, Stevie, too.
Oh, no, I was just saying goodnight to William.
Oh, good night, William.
Oh, you leaving, Will?
William, you going, brother? Thanks for your help, by the way. Hey, William. Seriously.
You killed it.
William, I have to say this. Thank you so much for your help, brother. You're fucking
Yes, you're so cool.
You're totally awesome, brother.
You really are some glue to this whole thing, man. And
so is Stevie going too?
Stevie's
No,
there.
I
that easy.
was being stupid. Never mind.
Well, I'm only on my third beer. Fuck, and I still got a bottle of vodka. Jesus, people.
Baby, come
Go
on,
empty the
keep
platter
up with
and
me.
come on back.
Fourth.
Go back.
Good time to get you some asparagus too.
I was gonna say it's important for us to go to the.
Is that going to help my buzz? Will asparagus help my buzz? Because if the asparagus is going to help my buzz.
No, but the neighbors know you ate some asparagus.
You can play Power Hour. You ever play Power Hour?
No.
You take a shot of beer every minute for an hour, and it's pretty wild. Pretty
Do
wild.
most people make it an hour?
I've made it an hour a couple times. A couple times I didn't, because here's the thing: like you drink. By the time 20 minutes comes on, you're like, whoa. I mean, well, a little bit before that probably. But
Just with a shot of beer.
a shot of beer every minute. So you take a shot of beer, right? And then you put it down. You wait a minute. When that clock turns the next one, take another shot. You do that for an hour.
Oh, a minute. I thought you said an hour.
Yeah, for an hour. You take a shot of beer every
for an hour every
It's
minute.
like 6 beers. I don't know how many.
Does a beer taste okay after an hour?
No, I mean you finish a can pretty quick.
As long as
That's
it's
the thing, I
room
can't do
temperature.
beer. It's just beer is just too heavy. I don't know.
You drink a beer in 6 minutes. You're like, I mean, or you can play Edward 40 hands, where they duct tape the 40s to your hands and you can't use the bathroom until you finish them.
Okay, when you're drunk and then you tell me something like that, it's like my mind is just picturing this image.
Trying to scratch your face.
And when you said shot, I was thinking something like vodka or bourbon.
No, just a shot of beer. That's the whole thing. Like you get just a case of beer, and within, I mean, a lot of people quit by 30 minutes. But the real problem is you have to pee after a while. You use bathroom, and then once the floodgates opens, it's like then every minute like passes by so quick because the beer fills you up, so the foam, so it has to settle down, and it's exciting, but it's definitely a shit show if you can't hold your booze. Or if you can't hold your booze, it gets pretty intense. But I haven't done that in a long time. Long time. But
I now know when to stop, so I don't worship the person God, because I hate doing that.
I don't feel good anymore. I'm not a big drinker anymore. I drink not bottle, glass of wine, every other day, or not too much. I like coffee. Coffee's kind of been my crutch. I'm like trying all these different flavors, all this stuff. So,
well, I quote my dating thing in here. I have some problems with some smells and tastes. So in my
you're doing fun.
Yeah, in my dating profile, I put down I cannot taste the difference between beer and yak urine, so I don't waste beer and I don't use yaks as drink dispensers.
I wonder how many get that. I wonder how many go, huh?
I get some responses on that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it's all about headlines and like buzzwords and different things and stuff to bring somebody in. Of course, it's been a minute since that.
Oh my God. I came upon someone's profile. See, I'm on OkCupid just because I want to read. I go through them like
stalker-ish.
Well, no, not stalker. You know how some people go through gossip magazines?
Oh yeah.
That's how I use these. I need to hear some stories,
I used to do that with like the Craigslist stuff, just to go just read through it. Like, oh my gosh, like just the crazy shit that you see on there. But they got rid of that.
Doesn't it make your life look normal?
And you wonder, because these are like people in your area. You're like, these are people. These are people in my community.
like the misconnections. It's so funny about women. I think I've seen a lot of women like that shit, because I always see women sharing like Craigslist personals or misconnections. I'm like, why do so many women hang out on the misconnection thing? But I guess it's entertaining.
Just one that I ran across. We got a town named Monroe, not too far, and there's a prison there. And I can't believe this. He's a prisoner, and he gets to have OkCupid online access. And he put down his DOC number. and where you can email him, and it's a regular prisoner's email port, and then you put in his number, and then you can start emailing.
Wow.
And then he's got an Instagram. He's got, I said, my fucking God. And he's asking for women to come and visit him, and said that we can date in the waiting room, and if we're lucky, we can snuggle, and then when I get out, then we can hook up after that. And I just couldn't believe it. It was like,
actually, I'm not really that surprised by it. For some reason, a lot of women, a lot of people, especially women, seem to be attracted to people in prison. I don't know what it is.
Not me.
I don't know why that's the case, but Charles Manson was getting love letters. Hell, even Jordan Vandersloot was getting love letters. You know, Son of Sand was getting all sorts of like adulation. So I'm not surprised by it. The only thing I'm surprised by is, you know, how successful people can be in prison using OkCupid when it's, what do you call it?
I pulled up my Craigslist too. I was gonna go through it.
Right. Yeah, might as well. But yeah, I don't know. But I'm not really surprised at the OkCupid thing now that I think about it. They have a lot of time. They get to be in the library. They get to. I mean, you would think it'd be better if they studied and read up on stuff. But hey, you know what? Whatever floats their boat, right?
Well, I did find Ted Bundy. I did find him sexy. God, it's like I could see how that could happen.
See, there you go.
You look like the guy next door, though. I mean, like that was his thing, though. Like he looked normal. That's what makes it so fucking terrifying. You never know. It's not like he was like Charles Manson with the swastika carved into his forehead. Like this dude was like he could pass.
Remember that one guy who got arrested and then got like sent to prison, and a few years later, but because people liked his mugshot so much, he ended up getting a modeling career.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. And he left his wife. He was in prison, and like his wife and kid or something like that. I don't know. But there's the thing. There's a dating site for everything. That's the thing about it. It's like whatever the fuck you're into, whatever you're trying to find, whatever, they got that. From, you know, farm date to overweightdate.com to, I mean, they've got everything, you know, Christian Mingle, obviously, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's like, it's a cesspool of, you know, and they're different. I don't know what's wrong with that either.
I've been following Bannon for decades.
Steve Bannon?
Yeah, and oh fuck, man! Back in those days when he was younger, he was friggin' hot, and I was just going, "Oh, I'm so glad I can't meet him."
Snort, do you mind if I read out your?
Yeah. Do you see any of those that seem out of line?
We're reading your dating site.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's reading some of mine.
I was gonna read this out loud if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
James, this is what it's delved into.
Right. Jesse Ventura to Snork's dating profile. Thank you for being on Monotalk Open Forum. We are right now, if you're just tuning in, we are going to read Snork's dating profile. So if you're looking for someone in the Iowa community, meet him at the corn dog stand in August 19th. He'll be over there standing, taking pictures with Jesse Ventura.
I have a really full profile, and this is only the caveat section.
So if you want more,
you
have to go find him.
Oh.
We'll put the link in the description. So if you're looking, you know, this is the name you're looking for. So
I'm just like, man, I came back just in time. I'm just like,
I know this is getting good.
These are the special warnings for viewing my dating site.
You know what?
Breaking news.
I want to see some nudes. I'm just kidding.
Part of my brooding, don't say that. Part of my brutal dating profile, just so you are not shocked. If you ask for a picture of my bike, it has petals. If you ask for a picture of my Richard, I will send you a picture of my mom's uncle's grave. If you ask for a picture of my gun, I will send you a picture of my 2013 Stanley Home Repair staple gun with easy staple loader. If you ask for a picture of me hunting, I will send pictures of me looking for lost locator markers in the Mojave Desert.
What about a naked picture of Chad?
If you ask for a picture of the results of my last fishing trip, I will send pictures from the fish section of aisle at Fairway grocery store. I did not vote for Trump.
James. Oh, James.
I drink an entire 2-ounce size bottle of whiskey slowly over 3 days, about once a year, and when I get sore throats. Last year, I drank 5, which means I had 5 sore throats. He didn't put that in there. I added that in there. That was ad lib. I cannot taste
put that in my mouth.
I cannot taste the difference. This is his tagline. I cannot taste the difference. Snort. I cannot taste the difference between beer and yak urine. So I don't waste beer and I don't use yaks as drink.
What is yak?
Send me a message.
A yak looks like a water buffalo with a headache.
Would you shut up? I know what a yak is, but I mean, what does a yak drink?
No, I said I don't use yaks as drink dispensers.
Oh, I didn't.
What does that mean?
I didn't scroll down all the way.
Oh,
I said I can't tell the
want
difference
some?
between beer and yak urine. So I don't waste beer and I don't use yaks as drink dispensers.
Oh, I got it.
That's just part of it. Sometime if you want, I'll put up more of my dating profile.
Oh no, this has to be a week. This has to be a weekly Saturday. Whenever we do the open thing, this has to be Snork's dating profile segment. We're gonna need a whole like illustration thing that comes up.
Chad is your social media guy after all.
I mean, it is true.
Something easy got to go to.
Not only that, maybe we can get some sponsorships from some of these dating sites. You
I
never
should
know.
pay you to write mine, Smark.
Yeah.
I want guys to think, what the hell is she on?
I see the women's ones, since I'm trying to date women. And some women have some awfully depressing dating profiles.
I know.
They start off with, don't send me a picture of your dick.
Why not? Because we get them all the time. It's like, you motherfucker, I didn't want that.
Yeah, it seems kind of
drama. They have a lot of drama. I've never done that.
I was about to say, I've never heard of a guy sending a girl a dick pic and getting anything good out of it. I've never heard that. Maybe I'm wrong, but
well, you're supposed to get the pic first and then not send them a pic at all. Mm-hmm. I didn't say that I was going to send you a pic too, but thank you for the pictures. Send more.
You know what my daughter did?
See, that's good. See, that's cool. That you got to be like Chad about that. You got to be smooth like Chad.
My daughter got a dick pic, and then this other guy was coming on to her, and she said, so what she did is she saved the guy's dick pic and sent it to the other guy and said, here, I just got this. I don't need it. Since you're horny, you can have it. I was going, yeah, awesome. That's my daughter. I love it.
Nah.
Dick pics.
I usually like my vodka chilled. I forgot to chill my vodka. I'd like to stick it in the freezer.
Oh, that numbs my tongue, and then I can't taste the vodka then.
Rev, I love that you're holding the mic.
Stuff, though.
I love that you're holding the mic. I feel like you're introducing, like, hosting a show. Now introducing.
Vedka is
I've had a mic for so long in my hands.
You might want to try Svedka more often, but it's actually from Switzerland.
I've never had that before. I should get some.
It's good. It was on sale. It's from Sweden.
Sweden.
What do you have? You had a bottle of Jack, what, honey? What was that?
I had Jim Beam honey, bottle of Jim Beam
I
honey.
gotta try that because maybe I could like. What is
and
that?
so
That's
that little
whiskey, right?
airplane bottle.
Huh?
I dropped my bottle.
Careful. Don't overdo it, bro. Don't overdo it. Okay.
Is that what you mean by the 5 bottles?
Save that
or a
genius
bottle
brain
over
of
3
yours.
days? That's the bottle that you drink over 3 days?
In fact, it's the middle of summer already. Next week will probably be the sale, and I'll probably buy 12 bottles this year.
Oh, nice. Oh, well.
You mean you're gonna buy yourself a 12-pack?
I'm going to buy 12 bottles of whiskey. Well, actually, this 99 bottle stuff works better.
Well, that's good because we're going to need some whiskey when we come there with Jesse Ventura.
Oh God, we're gonna need some whiskey. We're gonna need some pot. We're gonna need.
Bring the weed.
Guys, I don't live that far from Jesse.
You don't?
No way. We could go stalk him.
Well, let's rephrase that. We can go and try and.
Who's stalking anybody? Well, we'll have William stalk Jesse since he really loves him. Since he loves him more than anyone else. No, I'm just kidding.
He lives in Iowa.
No. I live. The Minnesota border is just a short drive from me.
Oh, okay.
He still lives in Minnesota?
Jesse has a house in Minnesota and a house in Mexico.
I could see him living in Mexico more than Minnesota at this point.
I would.
Yeah. Well, he lives in Mexico in the winters.
Okay, that makes sense.
I would
Makes a
love
lot
to
of
do
sense.
that. I'm so tired of the cold. I mean, we had like 50 degrees yesterday after 2 days of 80. I mean, 90.
Wow. I remember when I used to live in India way back when during like the winter time, I'd be wearing
God, I thought you were a white boy.
I know, what can I say? Melanin is everything, isn't it? And I would just be I just look at some of the pictures of Chicago, but during the wintertime, and I'd be in India and I'd be like, thank God I'm not dealing with that shit. It's so nice outside. It's so great.
The windy city is like not windy, it's like hurricane. It blows
is
at like 40 all the time, like 40. We're having a light wind today. We're at 45 miles an hour. It just comes off of that lake so fast. I felt it.
It does. It really does. And
I like
really
pies. I'm okay with the deep dish pie. That's all I'm saying. Like right now,
I love making those.
No, those are delicious. But I mean, the thing about Chicago people fail to realize is that it was built on a swamp. Like the city used to be swampland during like the Native American days.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I know somebody from the tribe that was their area. And in their language, Chicago means
smelly onions.
Like onions. It's swamp onions.
Yeah. What it was.
And I live just west of Chicago. I used to. I lived just west of Chicago at a place, DeKalb County, which is the windiest part of Illinois. It's a little hump there, and the winds blow into Chicago from there.
Oh, DeKalb? DeKalb's like barely out of the caveman ages. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not that far off.
I stayed in Chicago for about a month and a half. I loved it.
But DeKalb is full of windmills now, and so is Ogle County.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The fundamentalists had a really bad time with it. Somehow it's against the Bible. I can't remember why, but
what?
Oh yeah.
How can it be against the Bible?
I don't know, but I testified for the windmills.
Good job.
They had people lining up. All the homeschooled kids in the area were up there in front of the city, or not city, the county supervisors had a meeting on whether or not to let the windmills be installed. And they kept saying, quoting that it's going to cause all of the alpacas and llamas in the county to have abortions.
Oh, God. That's a new one.
Is there like a epidemic of llamas?
There are llama farmers,
alpacas.
but for some reason they found some whack job out in the East Coast that claimed that that his neighbor's windmills were causing his alpacas to self-abort.
And this is supposedly to be in the Bible?
I don't know how they made that leap.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check. I mean, I was in the seminary school to become a preacher. I don't think I ever remember any.
I didn't know llamas were bad in the Bible. I guess camels are cool.
Before that, I didn't know there was any llamas in that county. But they also had somebody that claimed to be a scientist from Ames, Iowa, that did a study on the Story County, Iowa windmills and how that the low notes that happened from resonance every 12 minutes from the windmills caused spontaneous abortion. And I went to school. My undergraduate degree was from Ames. And my brother worked on the railroad there. And every 12 minutes, a train has to go through there. It's the main route of the United States. In order to feed the East and West Coast, a train has to make it every 12 minutes. And I brought this up, and I also brought up your degree listed is not a degree that's offered by Iowa State. And they said that testimony let the windmills into Calhoun County. And I had both the union, the Windmill Builders Union, it was IBEW, and Florida Light and Power, both offered me together to take me out to a bar. And I'd never seen, bigwigs from an organization like that get together with the union. It was just fantastic.
Critique has a really good point.
What is it?
Is that, as far as I know, alpacas came from Peru or somewhere down yonder.
There.
Yeah.
I'll say yonder. That wouldn't even be in the Bible because the Bible has nothing to do with the New World.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yes.
But you can't, all of them just kept walking their kids up. And they get down and they start crying and bawling, please don't kill us, don't kill us, don't kill us, don't bring in the windmills. And those kids, it was torture to me. I'm sure they told every one of those kids. They make
those kids do that?
Yeah, I'm sure they told them that, you're going to die next week when they put
Oh, that's abuse.
That's abuse. Because, I mean, kids
Anytime
don't cry
you
like
fuck
that.
with someone's head
unless,
like that.
Yeah, unless they're really afraid, they don't cry like that. And I did put another quarter of my dating profile up there.
Okay, so Snort,
Chad's probably
we've been through this before. When you put stuff in chat, I don't know if you want it private or if you want it public, or you're just missing a chance to or an opportunity to talk about it.
I didn't want to
something in here in regards to brutal dating profile.
Yeah, Chad read it while you were in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You put the next wave. Would you like to take?
Yeah, you can put it in there. Just help me get more dates.
All right.
Set this fucker up, man. Set him up.
I'm headed for the latrine. I'll be back.
There we go. Am I working
if
now?
You can't live with an eccentric inventor. Think back to the future's Doc Brown.
All right, give me
Emmett Doc Brown. But I look like an older cat. You do kind of look like, you definitely look like Captain Kirk. Definitely. Don't waste your time. You feel like you need to falsify your. Whoa. Should we have read that?
That's okay.
It's all right.
Nothing to.
Anyway, you're just going after it, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Just go after
being
it.
brutally honest.
You know what, Snark? Well, this is what's interesting about dating, and I'll be totally candid with you. You never fucking know. You never know whether you meet somebody in a bar, you meet somebody online, or you meet doesn't matter where it happens. You just never know what's going to happen unless you put in some effort. Once you put in some effort, then hopefully they'll reciprocate and put some in, and there you go. But you still never know. So no matter if you meet them in person or from 2,000 something miles away, you could still, you know, kind of, there's some ways people connect, you know. People
Well, to
connect
me,
sometimes.
if any of these things are objectionable to somebody, you know, why have me get rejected later? So why not be as brutal as I can up front?
I know, right? And I put up
because
a warning.
Look, they're feeling the water just like you're feeling the water, you know. So,
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and
you're gonna do a jackknife in there.
Yeah, it's like I have like the most ugliest morning picture in there.
You've done the what?
I have the ugliest morning picture in there with my hair a mess and I don't have makeup on.
Those are great.
And then I said,
women in the morning are gorgeous. That's all I have to say. I should shut up.
Yeah.
But so I put up a very long profile. This is like half of it between those two.
A what?
I put up a very long profile.
All right.
Oh no, short and sweet bullet points.
And
man.
welcome.
No,
Welcome back.
you want the smart
Chad, what's
women.
up,
The
brother?
smart women will read the whole fucking thing. If she is smart, then
Yeah, I do get women that wrote back and say they enjoyed reading my profile, and that's why they contacted me.
You know what I would put on mine if I would put just one word. Wait, 3 words. Ready? My profile. Badass dork.
You say you like the way that I write. Let's write to each other for 21 days. If you're not in love with me after 21 days, you never have to talk to me ever again.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna do.
That's very nice.
No. So the second part of Snork's dating profile. You got to read it in Snork's suave. You know, it's like the beats. If you can't live with an eccentric inventor, think Back to the Future Doc Brown, but I like an older Captain Kirk. Don't waste your time. If you feel that you need to falsify your age, your location, or gender, please don't contact me. I like women with hair. Not necessarily down to the shoulders, but not buzzed or shut off. I prefer women without facial piercings, body modifications such as horns, huge visible tattoos of cat butts, or police ankle bracelets. Anyone on the most wanted list of US, UK, Norway, Denmark, Germany, Sweden, Kiribati, or the Netherlands would cause problem for me at work. So I am not intimidated by women more intelligent than I am. My cooking is well liked. People fight for it at potlucks. I would like to date a woman who's at least known what Gilligan's Island.
That's, I don't know.
At least knows what was. You cut it off. And ... Stay tuned for the next episode of Snark's dating profile. Bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum.
Hey, Matt Monroe
You know what, though?
is in the house.
Who's in the house?
Matt Monroe. Hello.
Oh, Matt Monroe is here. That's awesome.
Do you have a webcam yet, dude?
Oh, you know, I haven't put the freaking whatchamacallit in. The freaking whatchamacallit. Hold on.
I didn't realize. Here goes. I forgot all about it.
No, I copied the link, dude. I'm good. I can actually put this in here. Okay.
Now, was somebody in the waiting room?
No, we're good. No, we're good. Snark, thank you, though.
Did I fail at my fucking job?
It's all good.
You sounded like you're gonna get whipped. Yeah, James is gonna whip you.
I'm gonna flog you. I'm gonna flog you.
Cause you fucked up as host.
I gotta go back.
He didn't. He's so fine, man. He's good.
Sometimes I forget I'm a host.
So I posted it in the regular chat like I always do. So, but in this, there's like no save changes, or it should just automatically take. But I've got this green, not green, it's orange. I keep thinking green. But here's what's going on. So look at I've never seen a green bar. Is there a reason why I have a green bar?
Okay, Matt, that is bullshit. You said when you got a cam that you would come on. Now, how come you can't stream?
Matt, what the fuck, dude?
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Hello?
What is that freaking noise?
It's
Hello?
It's me.
So is Matt coming on, or who else do we got in there? Is there a few people still left in the chat? Everybody's just like, what the fuck are these fuckers talking about? James is getting fucked up because it's Saturday night, my friends.
I think Matt is just dragging his feet because he said that when he got a cam, he would start coming. And now he says, but I can't stream.
People in prison are trapped animal pets and not picky. Zoxobox. It's like owning a dog or a cat in many ways.
What? I know, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing. What was interesting is Trump wants to keep the families together for indefinite detention. Do you guys know what that means? What that means is the prison industry just got a big
paycheck,
fucking contract.
I am so livid with that. Oh my God.
I mean, if he said, you know what, we'll just process you and just send you all home, I would have been okay with that. But now they want to keep him in prison, keep him locked up. Nobody wants that. You know, we're going to keep you in a confined spot. It's all good. Just hang out right here. No problem. And then, you know, when we feel it's best, we'll let you go. But thanks for trying. Thanks for trying to come over here and find a job and live and, you know, have a better livelihood. Good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, fuck you for trying to live. Like, just trying to survive. You know, you're just so evil.
You know, the biggest thing for me, and I know Jesse understands this. And did I cut you off? I'm sorry, you can finish your thought, Stevie?
No, I was done.
Okay, good. So what happens is you have all this heinous activity out there. Nobody really talks about how it affects them, you know. And I know Jesse has these feelings, and that's why he's so passionate about it. That's why he thinks the wall's fucking stupid, and that, you know, when he's talking about everything that he's doing or what he's coming up with, or what he's, you know, building in his mind, it's from the feedback. That's how all of us exist. That's how all of us react to something. But he's getting all this information, and he goes, you know what? And he shoots this freaking laser beam, and everybody's just like, whoa, you know. But still, Jill has a laser beam too. Definitely has a laser beam too. And I think what's going to happen, if this gets out and if we can start making headway, and I know we're still really not on Jesse and Jill 2020, but they need to put together the pieces. If we have enough people that can support them, then things will change. I'm still getting negative stuff from Dave. Dave's just like, I don't know, man. I don't think I can do this. He's like, what? I'm like, bro, why are you on the Jesse Ventura Green team then?
Well, but here's the thing. He's exactly against it, but
No,
he does
I know.
come from a more skeptical side, which we definitely need to
We
keep
need
us.
to be.
I think
We need a Dave.
I think he's
But
like,
I think every
does
time he gives me
ground-
something, I always throw something right back. I'm like, that's it. You're
Because,
done. So
dude, because you believe.
Go ahead.
No, saying you believe so passionately in it, so you know it's almost, which is it's cool. You know, time makes more converts than reason.
Ooh,
Thomas,
I like that.
time makes more converts than
That's a
reason.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding that giving them the information and seeing the energy that's being built and the strategy. Remember, you don't even have to like Jesse Ventura. You don't even have to support Jesse Ventura for president. But the idea is to support Jesse Ventura in order to bring the Greens, you know, in the spotlight and bring attention to it, because there's always I go back.
Ooh, that's another aspect I never thought about. Thanks, Chad.
You don't have to.
Just bring them aboard.
They intersect. You know, you're doing the same thing for the same reason. But remember, if you have problems with Jesse, bring it up in the primary. There's your answer. Bring it up in the primary. That's your tagline. Bring it up in the primary.
You know what Dave reminds me of is when I was at the bars and because I'm the party animal. I'm the designated party animal.
But not the designated driver, though.
Designated drinker. And there was always my driver that would always cut me off and say, okay, we're going home, just to keep me from going too far and throwing up in the toilet. And that's what David reminds me of. He's like the grounder, the one that holds the feet to the ground so you don't get so flighty. And I know.
So he's the guy, he's the anchor. Is that what you're saying? So we can't fly.
Yeah.
Dave has to anchor us to the ground, and we can't fly around and be
The designated common sense or
our own little pretend world, whatever.
Well, here's the thing.
Bro.
There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of cultures within the cultures with all this stuff going on. So it is a faction, of it. So understanding that there's certain people that have a problem in this reason, because remember, there's a bunch of different factions. And he had said too, this is just important too, is like because of him running on the libertarian side, or he's seeming by his policies to be libertarian because I guess the government is, we have to realize it's having a cross, thing of support is going to be able to rally. Just the Joe Rogan thing, all these different things, compiling it the right way, pushing it, gets people saying, okay, boom, okay, well, worst case scenario, do you think people, okay, who's your lesser of two fucking evils? Fucking Jesse Ventura or fucking Trump? Are you kidding me? Right? Are we gonna have that conversation if you want to have that conversation? Really? So no, I'm just talking to the general you. I'm not talking to Dave or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
No, because he speaks for a lot of people. I mean, everybody has their opinions and everybody has their perspectives, because it's all about perspective. When you're judging anything, and just want to let everybody know, when God said, "Thou shalt not judge," you know what he meant? He said, "Be a fucking idiot." But that's not what God actually said. So, because it was written by slaves of the 1%. But the point I'm trying to get is, you've got to see it. You've got to see it from the perspective of what if, or is there a possibility, or could something actually happen?
Right.
Would it bring any light to what I'm trying to accomplish? What the project's about. What if this guy gets up and he's standing with Jill and they're just talking at the Salt Lake City Summit meeting from the 19th to the 22nd, and they start talking about things that nobody's fucking talking about on MSNBC or CNN or Fox, stuff that people are really feeling and really going through.
Well, here's the thing. I just saw Laura Stein interviewed Jank, and he asked her about, she asked him about, getting rid of Nomiki and some other stuff. But she was saying right now, you're talking about millennials 18 to 45. Most of them, as they say, it's like 70, 80% unplugged. Like a lot of people don't have the cable TV, so everything is in the internet. And now the millennials, this group age is going to be a larger number. It's about mobilizing it through, everything through through the internet.
Dude, that's a point I never thought about. Is millennials or younger, are these two old fogies going to be able to do it for them? But you have to understand where they're from. This is why age is stupid.
Right.
This is why birthdays are fucking dumb. This is because I'm not saying I can party with the best of them, but I can hang out with people and understand where they're coming through, what they're going through. It's just a different thing. Sometimes it's just a different thing. But the thing is what you're saying is millennials may not like these people because they're older. That's a point that I don't think we've ever gotten into. Maybe they want, because Clinton, how old was Clinton? 34 or 38, right?
Who?
Clinton, when he got nominated, he was like 38 years old, I think, or something like that. He wasn't very old. Clinton.
I'm not sure.
Clinton wasn't very old at all.
I'm not sure.
Right? And he did do 2 terms. But the thing is a lot of people like the fact that he was young, playing a saxophone. You know?
Oh no, he was in his 40s, because JFK was the youngest president.
Who and how was it? JFK was 38. Anyway,
he was like 40 something like that.
But you know what I'm saying is that I know they're older, but I'm telling you, they're tie-dye, they're hippie. It's good. We need you know what? Hippies have been hanging around for a long time. Most of them have been green. But the thing is nobody's really hung out with these people to see what they're about. All they want is just a place to party. That's all they want. They just want peace, love, and happiness, man. You know? And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we're already deep. We're so fucking dug deep in a bad way with so many countries out there. And I know that Jesse would be diplomatic about it. But at the same time, he'd have his gun ready to go. He's a fucking military guy. We're both in the Navy. He knows.
We need to take here's what we should do. We need to take all this information, something William can do too, and put together a real platform in all these different areas when it comes to topics, when it comes to situation. I mean, I know we're talking about it, but let's map it out. Just like Rebel, she's mapping out a bunch of different stuff. We need to really work on creating a visual, an image of what the future would look like under a Jesse Ventura.
Ooh, yeah. So we need like a cartoon thing.
And we need to, all these issues, all the things going on, you have to, because remember, when it comes to gun control, what the left is talking about what they use, the right's talking about why they did it. So there's like 2 different things going on. So the idea is to be able to touch that neutral aspect where it makes people feel comfortable, saying, okay, well, because again,
the common ground thing, right? You're talking about the common ground thing.
Because you support the corruption on your side because the other side supports the corruption on their side. You have to pick a side. So if you felt like, okay, wait, I see the people on the other side, they're going out to their corrupt. They're not supporting Hillary Clinton or Obama anymore. They're not letting them hide behind this stuff. Wait, we should be taking the initiative with the people that we've been supporting, because we, especially on our side, that's why you're, whatever identity. So show what it's going to look like.
You know what you're talking about? I'm going to tell you what you're talking about. You're talking about exposing. Here's the thing about the Green Party. They've got the 10 keys. They've got the pillars and all that stuff. That's great. But expose who you are. Especially in a candidate. Nobody gets that now. You don't know a lot about Hillary. You don't know a lot about Obama. You don't know, the stuff that matters. But if the Green Party can be more transparent about who they really are, what they've been going through, and what they try to do, it's all about the story, sadly. But if they can get out there and project that, they can do so much better.
So okay, and I was speaking about.
Hey, that's an alpaca.
Yeah, I was mentioning this to James. One of the tactics I thought in order to get attention is because how everybody, the Justice Democrats are trying to take over the DNC. You have all these factions, the Tea Party kind of thing. If we made it, it's got to be something where people feel like they can sink their teeth into. So a hashtag or whatever, the idea, the Green Party takeover. And James wants to do it diplomatically first, to say, hey, we know what's going on. We're grassroots.
I'm okay with the phrase. I am okay with the phrase.
Well, here's the thing. We have, with Jimmy Dore, with all these different people, if we really said, okay, we have all the power of the green, we had the button to say, we could get all these different people because you have the power of that entity. If we really said, well, go ahead.
No, you keep going. That was just you. That was just you on YouTube.
Oh. I stopped myself. I lost my train. But
yeah, back to the hippie boy. James was saying, you're absolutely right. It is a party, you know. I remember when I was canvassing for Bernie back in the day. Yeah, I was pretty drunk when I had to phone bank. Yeah, we were canvassing. It was like a get together. Hell, we used to have like parties at Happy Village in the Chicagoland area. Whenever we would whenever we would try to like recruit volunteers for like canvassing and phone banking. So really, it's about, like James was saying, you know, bringing the hippies back into the fold. You know.
You know, there was a point at time where hippies going, man, one day, bro, we're gonna take over the world, man.
So here's the idea.
We're trying to make that happen right now.
We're going to show them what needs to happen, and then we are going to, not we, and not just us, everybody is going to demand. And in fact, we should run point for the Green Party. They need to hand over. That's what I'm saying. They need to hand over control of the whole shit, the Rolodex, the list of all their donors since the beginning. Okay. So how do you get there? How do you get there?
Chat.
So it should be the spear, the point of the spear.
Right. Okay.
See, here's the thing: we have to be more flexible than the two parties that we have right now. I mean, it's just a matter of if you're too rigid or, you know, like in your beliefs, you know, if you can't bend or be flexible, you're going to break. And, you know, that's what's going to happen to the Green Party if they can't get their together.
Right.
Perfect.
But I don't even think it's all, but you're absolutely right, Rebel, about that. But I don't even think it's all that per se. I just think it's the fact that
good one.
You know what?
That people forget what the Green Party's about. You know, as our guy Brian Stelzer, I don't know if you guys know him well, but he seems like a good guy. I've talked to him. You know, he's like a Green Party guy in Oregon. You know, him and I came to an agreement that it's like, you know, it's not about the national. It's supposed to be, we're not supposed to be like a top on down party to begin with. This would be grassroots on up. So it should get to the point where we have everyone organized like at the state and local levels, you know, where they're doing what, you know, we're believing more or less, not we're believing per se, but I mean, you know, like the grassroots and sticking to the issues, the 10 principles and all that, to where national has no choice but to either follow that or be ignored.
Oh.
Instead, we keep talking about, oh, we got to take this, take that, take this, take that. It's like, guys, if we do what we're supposed to do in 2018 and 2018 and like the next 2 years, it should get to the point where national basically has to kiss our feet just to get our blessing.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm not taking no for an answer. So there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. The thing is, we are going to find a vehicle now. Either your version of the Green Party or whatever is going to be left in the dust and be a memory, or you are going to be involved in the people that are taking it over. That's what I'm saying. If we can mobilize people, Green Party takeover, because the national level is still supposed to organize everything.
National doesn't do anything of substance.
They should. But that's the whole point, because they're the ones who are supposed to have the Rolodex for everybody. They should have all the resources for every state, all the resources for the donors.
Why?
But so they can really build it, but they're not.
Why? They have more control over it. Yeah. Do I think national should help chapters and stuff? Absolutely. But I also think, you know, with the way the system's set up, in a screwed up way, the Green Party is kind of like our country's government.
Right. It's the same thing.
It's a republic. It's from the bottom on up. It shouldn't be about what national says and national does. Fuck national. They don't do anything anyway. I can't think of one or two things they've done for the Green Party in the last like 15 years. you know,
but that's what I'm saying. So we don't like it. We know that. So that's what are we gonna do? Are we gonna take this shit over and say we become fucking national?
Okay. Well, how are you? Hold on. So, are you guys actually saying you're gonna take over the green? No, that's not what.
No, I'm saying
No.
there has.
And
there
I
has
understand. I understand Harsh's frustration because
I'm not talking about the green taking over. I'm just saying, what we do at the state and local levels and let everything else speak for itself.
No,
that's the point, though. Harsh, that's the point. Right. The point is this: local levels. We need to think bigger. Instead of just one person going for POTUS, how about it? Sorry, Chad. Get a lot of people going for the House and the Senate, which you guys finally. I think this past year was a record-breaking amount of people that actually 52 for the Green Party. I think there were 52 candidates going after some House or Senate seat, mostly House, on the Hill. It was huge. And
right.
If you got 100 of them, if you got 200 of them,
that would be epic. But that's also because the state and local parties supporting them.
So
that's important.
That's not because of national. National's not doing anything but playing with themselves.
No. National isn't.
That's the point I'm making. Is that
cool.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Right.
He's saying it like he's seen it. He's saying
no, but
like
that's the point. That's the point. That's
what gives off that impression. I'm sorry. Cobb just gives off that impression that he just finished pleasuring himself. Like, well, now, Chad, what do you mean we can't do that? Why can't you listen to us, Chad?
Well, can't we do it a little bit?
Come on, Come on. I keep begging Jill. She's not calling me back.
For nothing.
For nothing. Why is she calling me back? Come on, Victor. Let's have some fun like we did before. Okay.
Here's what's funny. Here's what's super funny. The thing is the national, who we talked about tonight, is one of our biggest targets. And there's only 7 states. Patty, Stevie's like, there's only 7 states with just a few people that we're going after. I'm like, what?
I think they're all puppets of Cobb. I think all those people are puppets of Cobb. I know that's
hypnotized. Are they hypnotized?
Well, they don't have anybody that's got any pizzazz. Like somebody that's gonna push shit. We have to be the conversation. And like you're saying, these Greens this is what they're doing. The point is our whole thing is we could capitalize off. We could take the fact that this is and create a whole campaign around taking over the fucking Green and say, hey, this is what you either need to do now. Let us run point on this shit or step aside and you build a support, because that's what people want to hear. We're going to get the support. Once we get this organized, we're doing this. We're doing what the National Green should do. So if we have to get to the point where we have the list of the people, tweet the hell out of them, prove me motherfucking wrong. This is what we need. The National is supposed to be an example how the Greens should operate. So you should be able to give people the information, the resources, and be able to work together. Because if Tennessee doesn't even have a Green Party, we should have everybody, all the Green parties from everywhere else, helping build it online and doing stuff like that. Very interesting and using technology, doing what we're supposed to be doing. This
is why I was saying, we really need to work within our communities, but we need to do it. We have to hit on both sides, because here's the problem. When it comes to the establishment and the duopoly, they don't just pick one way of attacking us. They hit us on all sides, economically, with our family structure, with the laws. I mean, just everything. They use everything against us. Our educational system, so it's when we hit them, we got to hit them back with everything we've got. And so we do need to challenge them on, I think, a national level, because I think it goes, with the wave, because you're trying to create a wave against our opponents.
Right. Well,
A group.
Everybody supports it. It all supports each other.
That's a good point.
But Chad, you're right though. The other states should support Tennessee.
But what I was saying was, but here's how it ties in with the national. Is what I was trying to say is, if we have this campaign across America, where in each state, they do something. They set their mind on a goal. We get our groups together. We can actually start to build a reputation with these people, because right now nobody can name a green. Nobody knows of a green in office. I mean, it's like, they don't have any point of reference. And
the Mountain Party,
County Green Party.
There used to be so many broken promises. We need to actually be able to point to something and say, this is what we did. And so when you're building a national campaign, you can look at how we work together. Look at all the good all the change that we made. And
we have that in Illinois, though. We have that in California. We have that in Connecticut. We have that in Pennsylvania. We have Green Party chapters. We have elected officials.
But what are they active? Are they doing?
Well, the point is,
hell yeah, they are active. They're more active than I am. All I do is get wasted and talk on social media when I'm not going to Flint and donating water. But these guys are like on the ground every day.
See, I don't know, because I live in a state that there's basically no green presence. So it's like, when there's actually a state, I'm curious to see, but there needs to be some kind of attention drawn to that, because if they're doing all that stuff,
I do live streams. That's why I do
people like us never get to hear. Like people in West Virginia don't get to hear about the successes, that y'all have achieved over there. They hide that information from us. We need to put a spotlight on all the good that they're doing.
Look, believe me, folks. Just listen, folks. It's all in Illinois. You got to check out Harshman's live streams on the Green News Network and the Harsh Reality, where he's chilling in the Green Party office, drinking beer from the chairman's desk of the DuPage County, talk and live streaming. But that's what I try to do. Like, I do try to live stream from the Green Party office as much as I can, or when we meet at Muldoon's after the meetings, where I expose the two parties.
So he's throwing bait out there for girls. So let me just go back. So Stevie yes, I'm going to Muldoon's. Join me. So Stevie is.
Well, that's what we do as a part.
I was going to say, Steve, hold on. So Stevie's going. We just don't have the exposure for people that need it. And then, but there is the Mountain Party, right, Stevie?
Yeah.
Are they big or small or?
They're really, it's the same people that run every year. They might have one office. I'm not sure. It's very disconjointed.
Well, obviously, Stark has the perfect idea. It's the corn dog stand.
Well,
that's where we need to go.
Here's the thing, is what Harsh is saying is there's a lot of places across the country that are operated in the way things should be operated, and they're doing a great job at it. And what National should be doing is spotlighting those places, taking those formats, formulas, and blueprints, and being able to give those format structures to people all across when it comes to adding people, building the coalition, when it comes to organizing, to learning things. See, it's about resources and just information alone, doing that creatively and actually wanting to win. Because here's the thing, the Green Party does not want to win. This is where I'm getting back to. 2020, do you guys not think it's going to be a fucking shit fucking show? Do you not think that everybody's coming out of the woodworks to run for president? It's going to be a shit show.
It's going to be crazy.
And
that's
we need to make sure we're ahead of that game and say, hey, this is our opportunity to do some shit. Either give us the reins or we're going to bypass your shit.
We got to go through the proper procedures. We have Chad, please.
Hold on.
So somebody out there, we know who he is. He wants to walk into Congress with guns and say, I'm demanding all your information. Well, there's a procedure for that. So we're going to go through procedure first.
Right,
and until things
right,
get crazy, we're coming after you.
So step one
Right?
would be
That's all I'm
to
saying.
try to go first to the party, and we say, okay, like I said, we can go state by state and build that way, and then we build, we do that. But remember, if they say no, if they dismiss it or bullshit or drag their feet,
Which is going to happen.
I don't think so either, because
no, I said it's going to happen. There's going to be some people that are going to go.
Well, then
going against grassroots activism in the Green Party?
Oh, that never happens.
That's what this is right here. That's what this shit is here.
It happens though.
Well, it does happen, but like I said before, and to pertain to your point about building chapters, they do give out like information on how to start a chapter in your state or county, but they're not really that hands-on about it because they figure, like it's grassroots, it's from bottom on up. But that said, if we have it in such a way where we're in connection with almost all our states and all our and our state chapters are beautiful, we can create our own national. We could create our own national, get rid of the assholes at the top, and then you call it a day.
Yes,
Critique just said you can't even go to the national party and say, give me the data. The party doesn't have the data. Stein has the data.
For what? How to create a chapter?
No, she's talking about like all the voters and all the people that
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, they don't even update their databases, so it doesn't even matter.
Well, here's the thing. Again, what it's a banner. And either if we use it because it's a banner that's somewhat known, so we're going to say, this is what we're doing. We're going to pick a banner to use. Now, the people that may be using the banner may be totally nowhere near that banner come this time. But that's the point. Either you're flying under what people want, because what people want is going to go under the Green Party banner.
Right.
What banner are you going to follow? Exactly. That's a good point. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon. I'm just letting you know.
All right. But one thing I want to say about all this, so this has been a great talk, by the way. One thing I want to say is if you don't mind, if I want to bring up an example of how the Green Party works in Illinois, James.
I want you, dude, lay it on us. I'm okay. All right. It's open forum right now, so we're good.
Right. So what I'm saying, when I'm in Illinois, I'm in DuPage County. I basically listen to what the DuPage County Green Party says for the most part. Outside of some of the crazy things I say in posts or whatever.
Go ahead.
But that's how it is. But DuPage and like DuPage County and Cook County, all the other counties, they go deal with what the state does. They don't really deal with national at all, unless it's like a national race. It's all state stuff. It's all local stuff. It's all, county. It's never like very rarely have I had to deal with, anything national related unless you're canvassing for Jill Stein or David Cobb is crapping all over your efforts on growing the Green Party in Illinois. Then I deal with national. But other than that, I mainly deal with state and local Greens, and that's it. Hell, the only time I deal with other Greens is on freaking Facebook. And that's like that in IL, that's like that in Ohio, that's like that in Pennsylvania, California, whatever. They deal with their own counties and state parties more than the national. National, they don't really deal with them unless, Operatakis is there at like an election meeting or at like an election reform conference, or Jill is there or what, you know what I mean? Like it's very rare. So what I'm trying to say is basically, you in Tennessee, Chad, if you guys ever need help with starting up the Green Party, let me know, and we can have so much fun. We can have starting it up.
Yes, no, because here I'm in Woodbury, which is a small county, and there's tons of little office buildings. I got a couple things. I got a building that I'm going to be doing all this media stuff out, and I'm going to hold little groups of like live intimate music stuff and old movies and like a little entertainment club. There's this whole lot beside it that I'm gonna put a stage and create, put the wireless and just have it like a lounge area for people to, relax or whatnot. And they, bring a picnic or something because it's like one block off the square. and then do like little dances. I'd like to have social dances where you can get like seniors and
that's fun.
social stuff.
That is good.
Stuff to bring people together. So that's I think doing a Green Party chapter here would be awesome. Would be absolutely awesome.
It would. All you need is 3 people for it. And 3 people to start one. So if you have so if it's you and your 2 best friends, you can start a Green Party chapter in that county.
Well, that's what I'm going to do because it only makes sense because we should go to all there's like a senior citizen that puts on all this different stuff. There's an there's an art center. So there's a lot of ways to mobilize people. Plus because it's a smaller town. So I want to try and host some debates, for the people running like for sheriff, running for, different things, the clerk or whatnot, and try and again bring people interested in what's going on, and then broadcast all that stuff. So I'm ready.
I think if you do it right, then we could definitely have fun with that because I kind of like what you have in mind. The only thing is you have to remember you still have to do meetings for like an hour, hour and a half, and then you have all that fun. Or you have all the fun before then. That way people really get excited.
Well, here's the thing is as a Green Party, the point is to mobilize people. If you have a platform to say, here's the way, you give people the information in a creative way and get them fired up about working together to make this shit happen. And that's it happened. You saw it during the Bernie primary, a glimpse of what it was when people were given, it was just an interesting thing.
Man, when I was a part of the Bernie campaign, I felt like a fucking rock star.
Dude.
Me too.
You had guys praising you. You had people praising you. You had beautiful women fawning all over you. It was crazy. I would just walk out to like some of the bars and restaurants that, in the area. Hell, I'd even when I was canvassing, like, oh my God, you're canvassing for Bernie. That's so awesome. Oh my God, you work for his campaign. That's so cool. It's a fun. Yeah, even we canvassed for him. We felt like we were like on a rock band, like we were a touring band half the time. That's what it felt like. And I kind of want to get back to that moment with like the Jessies and the Greens and all that. Because if we could get to that point where everyone's interested, that's what matters. Not so much whether or not I'm like, whether or not I feel like a celebrity. No, it's not about that. It's about getting
the energy. It's okay to say that.
That feeling.
Of course I like feeling like that. Are you kidding me? It's a great feeling.
Can you feel the energy though? There's energy with him. There's energy with Jill too.
Well, here's the thing. Not only that, there's energy in this. What we're doing, this little thing. This is what's pumping me up. Is us doing this right here. Here's the thing: is I feel like you guys are serious about this shit, and it gives me something to sink my teeth into, so we can be creative. And remember, it's not about we can fail, we can misstep, but the point is we know what we're fucking trying to do, what needs to be done, and we're gonna get there. You always gotta fucking adjust.
We're organizing, we're doing the right things, guys. I'm gonna get going.
I just realized
last thoughts, everyone.
I just realized, Chad, you're like an hour away from Tennessee, and like about 40 to 50 followers on Instagram that I have are from Tennessee because I would troll their hockey team so much. So really, we could have some fun with all this.
I think so.
I'm only 7 hours. I'm only like 8 hours away from you.
All right. Well, let's put it together, man. Put it together. I'm ready to disrupt the narrative, disrupt the bullshit. And
Me too.
By using I don't know whatever method, the shock system, and I'm ready to watch them squirm.
Trolling is the best way.
Troll it, whatever you want to say. I'm ready.
Trolling is the best way. I troll like Natural Predators fans all the time, and they end up following my page. It's so beautiful. If we all just trolled like a bunch of teams we hated and had their fans follow them, we could convert them into like Green Party.
Well, no, here's what you're saying.
Yes.
No. But what we do is in order to build this coalition, like, dude, if we were trolling like all these progressive radios, all these progressive shows, like even your Jamals, your Jimmy Doors, and we're in there support, pushing this, trying to get people on that, we're able to pull that from that. And that would be the idea, is pulling people from these different groups.
Okay, so what we should do is start
focus together.
And then start saying, "Hey, Jimmy Door's on," keep
right.
And we go all at once over there and start doing that. So
are you talking about advertising, or are you talking about trolling? There's a difference.
No, we're talking about like-minded people going to where certain people are going to be and saying, "Hey, we're on the same wavelength."
Right.
I'm already doing that. I am already doing what you guys are saying.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm already going in saying, by the way, there's two people that want Julian Assange freed.
Right.
Who are those two people?
Jesse and Jill. But James, I'm not even talking about getting like-minded people on the same wavelength. I'm talking about getting people who don't even know if they're like-minded or not like-minded to basically start paying attention to what we're doing, to the point where,
but in a good way. Now, don't throw any crazy.
As our guy Jesse Ventura said,
it's okay, James. It's okay. We won't do another bash.
I know. Right. I can imagine
Rebel. We focus our attack.
Exactly. Focus our attack.
Hey, if you want a good time, come and check out Jesse and Jill.
As our guy Jesse Ventura said, he would focus, and he's not focused on the 36% of the party, on the people who vote. He's focused on the 64% of the people who don't vote. That way, if he gets them inspired, he wins. That's what he did in Minnesota when he ran for governor. And that's what I try to do when I troll like fans I don't like.
Hush, guys. We're going. Snark, did you have anything you want to say before we close? Thank you.
This has been another episode of Montatalk with James, reminding all of you to pay attention and keep fighting. And the golden rule is a two-way street.
And make sure you jump on the Jessel vessel. The Jessel vessel.
Get on the Jessel vessel.
The Jesse Vaseline. I'm just kidding. The Jessel vessel.
Life in the Vaseline we are. Okay. Everybody, I'm going. Aloha.
Okay, good night, everybody.
And thank you guys for coming aboard. Thank the galley for coming by. Rebel, good to see you. Sorry I didn't get to you so late. I apologize for that.
That's all. No, I'm fine.
Okay. Snort,
all right, good night.
Bye, kitty. See you, buddy.
Maybe I have to get my mic. There we go.
All right. Yeah. I have to say this, and this is what's the most important thing about what we're trying to accomplish, is that if you were to bring attention to the world about a party that's been unseen or not getting enough attention, it's not just about attention, though, because I would love to see Jesse taking care of things with Jill in his ear. I'm a little bit country, and he's a little bit rock and roll. I just like Stevie says, they complement each other in a very good way. All right, guys, thank you for coming aboard. Woo, it's a good show tonight. I truly appreciate it. So I want to say aloha to everybody for coming by. Take care. Stay with us. Jesse and Jill 2020 project is going to continue, and it's going to get stronger. Please subscribe. Stay with us. Find me on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. I'll leave the links in the notes. Maybe not tonight, though. Take care. Bye.